right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to start the camp by giving our praise to the Lord too.
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Chakurash.
The honors of the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, first and foremost, to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elected nation of Israel. All right, we're part of the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp on another Saturday, as always, to preach and prophesy the words of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, man. All right, and in the last days, the Lord would, said that He would raise up men, all right, the prophets in Babylon, okay, to warn you Israelites of the times to come, man. All right, we at the end. Okay, so I know brother had the scripture we wanted to open up with, because prior to the you know, us going live and cutting the camera on, we were talking about how, you know, basically the money's all jacked up. You know, it was high inflation. You know, people are going through it. You know, that dollar don't stretch the same as it used to, and this is just a prelude to what's coming. It's going to get harder. It's going to get more strict. All right, and like the brother said too, this is all the coming of the MOTB. All right, which is the mark of the beast, spoken of in Revelation 13 chapter. So this is all the beginning of sorrows, like the scripture say.
This is Haggai chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Yep.
You drink, but ye are not filled for drink.
Right.
He clothe you, but there is none warm.
Right. So you basically, in this society, you can apply this to now. You never had that ease, man. You know, you could work 80, 90, and 200. You work as many hours as you want in a week, but it never seems like enough. As soon as you get money, boy, it's going to tell you. But as soon as you get money, it's like it goes right back out your pocket, man. And you're never fully satisfied.
Right.
And that also goes to the curses too. All right, in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, which really everybody's feeling it, even Edomites, other nations, but more so the tribes, right? The scripture I tell you that your in the curses said that your push should not have ease, something like that. Roughly paraphrase, right? So yeah, you could drink and you never, your thirst is never really quenched. Okay. Guns. Yep. All right, yeah, man. Yeah. Benjamin Jake came up, right? But yeah, you can drink, your thirst is never really quenched. You eat, your hunger is never appeased. You can make money, but it's never enough to cover the bills and cover this. You know, you're always in a rat race, man. Right?
And he that earned his wages to put into a bag with holes.
That's right. See that? And the brother's been catching it. Brother said this is probably been the hardest year ever, man. All right, you get money, and it's like a bag with holes, man. You put the money in there, you walk in, the money's just falling right out. You know, and you never have enough. But this is all the beginnings, like we mentioned, of Esau. I'm just write it down. Esau bringing that shit. All right. Somebody had something else?
I had going for the curses.
Okay. Right.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed thou shalt be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Right. Curse on all levels. The basket in thy store, that represents your money, your finances. Right? You work, like I said, you always working, trying to get some structure, trying to save, but somehow it just never go through. Right? That's why the society got to be destroyed, man.
Right.
All right? And then what just came to mind, scripture said that we labor to enter into that rest.
Right.
Because rest is going to come in the kingdom.
Exactly.
All right? That's when we're going to finally have rest. They're not worry about no damn bills and worry about this and worry, you know, all this worry and money. That's going to be a thing of the past, man.
Yeah. We worry about shit that don't even matter for real.
Right.
You know?
Hey,
right.
When the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil, bro, if you think about it, all the evil that's done is really because of money.
Mm-hmm.
everything, all the shit that Jake is going to jail for, you know, selling illegal drugs or stealing or whatever, even if it had something to do with a woman, it was probably money behind it.
Right.
Right.
All right, so yeah, we got to put our trust in the Lord and the treasures in the heaven, and the hell with this place, man.
That's right. That's right. And really, it's really what we want. We want people to suffer and bug out, and you know, go through these woes. You know that eventually the society got to go down, man. All right. So this is a part of the you know, prophecy, man. All right. Yeah.
So you quoted.
Oh yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
See that? And we in that time. All these evils coming upon the earth, like I said, the pestilence, famine, war. All right. This only the starting stages of it, man. It's going to continue to increase and get worse. All right. That scripture say in the book of Job, came out in the 17th chapter, to say that those that have clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. So as long as we see these prophecies coming to pass, we see the society crumbling. As long as we remain faithful in trusting Yahweh Shai, the Lord's going to give us the spirit to endure these times, man. Meanwhile, the rest of you people are going to be bugging the hell out, right? As the scripture say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and strength of salvation. Fear the Lord is his treasures. So the Lord basically gave us a, you know, like one of the elders say, the Lord gave us a no-look pass in the spirit. You know, the Lord gave us like a no-look pass, like a little, you know, to where we'll be able to be set, man. Or at least we have the knowledge of how to be set in that time.
Right.
But you master these people, you're going to have to figure it out. All right? Because this is only the beginning. It's going to get a lot worse, man. Okay?
Yep.
You got it more?
Yep.
You got something? Go ahead.
I continue on. Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Yep.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Right. But the scourge is like a whooping or like a lash. All these things the Lord is going to bring upon his society. Basically, the Lord beating the world's ass, so to speak.
Right.
But all these beatings and scourges is happening, people not going to acknowledge that, damn, maybe this is happening because I'm wicked. You know, and damn, maybe I need to repent. Maybe this is the Most High's wrath for me. They not going to think about that, man. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they should think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right. Which is going to come a time where you're going to think things is so-called going good and back to normal. Then sudden destruction comes upon them.
Right.
There's going to come a time we're going to think it's back normal and things is good, but at that very time, that's when the Lord going to bring the judgment down, man.
Right.
Which is you quoted the earth also too in Revelation chapter 6.
Oh yeah. Yep.
This is the week for a penny and all.
Yeah.
For a penny and all.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 6 and verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Right. That links with we just read, what Shemach just read in second Ezra, the 15th chapter we just read about the victory shall be so good cheap upon the earth. That's going into the same thing. It's going to come a time where it's going to look like things is settling and it's America is somehow got revived, it's coming back. But the oil and the wine is the word, man. The word is still going to come to pass, even when things it's perceived to be normal. Prophecy is still going to happen, man. All right.
That was the entire verse 6.
That was it. So,
Okay, I got a blue letter for that
Go
word.
ahead.
For the word penny within the verse the brother just read, Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. The Greek being denarion, all right, going into the Roman currency, okay. It says a Roman silver coin in the New Testament time, all right. Then it goes to explain it was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. From the parable of the laborers in the vineyard, it would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. All right, so what that verse is saying, your entire day's wages, and if you want to apply it to today's time, it could be like 150, 100, 150, 200. All right, it'll take your entire day's wages for one meal. Man, that's demoralizing, bro. You know, we was talking about inflation and being, you know, all the overtaxation and being just the woes and sorrows here in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it. That's prophecy. It's no coincidence. It's all biblical prophecy.
That's right. And we've been saying that. You look at these other countries like in South America, like Venezuela, where damn cheeseburgers like $20. What we've been saying, yo, this gonna come here to America.
Right. And it's getting there with the eggs getting up to 8, 9, 10.
Brother put in the group yesterday, I believe, had the pack of chicken. Yeah, avocado pack of chicken was like $30, man. Like
yeah, that bitch was like
boneless chicken.
Yeah, that bitch was only like you know.
Yeah, like $30 for that.
Which when you look at the pictures, you can't see the size
like that.
But still, even if it was one of the big
long pack, right?
$30 is
that's still a lot.
It could have been half of that. It could have been $15.
About $15.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So it's slowly creeping up, man. All right. Well, you got the, you know, one day's wage. You want, you know, it don't get you nothing, man. You go to the grocery store now with trying to think you're gonna spend $100. You got like two things in your cart, man.
Right.
Some eggs and some toilet tissue, man.
And some cereal.
And some cereal, man.
Or
$100.
Yeah, or to try to cut some of that down, you gotta get the real, maybe store brand, you know, like more cheaper brand.
Yeah, you gotta get the
Oh man, right.
cheap ass shit.
Yeah, some bullshit, yo.
Yeah, man. So it's going down. High inflation. You know, it's a part of the prophecies, man. That's a part of the Lord breaking this place down. All right.
Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
That's right. But that links with the scripture in Amos. It says that the man that flee, we'll say a man that flee from a lion and a bear met him. He ran to the house with his hand upon the wall. The serpent bit him, meaning that there's going to be destruction on every side, man. Yeah. You're going to be in the city. You're going to be destroyed. Now, well, you know what? We got to flee the city. We got to flee out to the rural areas. Yeah. And then the Lord going to serve you out there.
Right.
wherever you turn, the Lord got your number on that day. If it's meant for your ticket to get punched, the Lord's going to punch your ticket, man.
And they had one movie,
Yeah, nah, I got it.
but they had one movie, I think it was, I don't know if it was Contagion. It might not have been a Contagion, but it started one, you seen this movie? It started on the baseball field and it was an outbreak.
Oh, the Crazies.
The Crazy.
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah.
But that was kind of like a more rural area.
Yep.
That wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't the inner city.
Yep.
And you see how that outbreak was taking place, and it was catching nothing but pure hell.
That's a good. I gotta watch that again. That's a good movie.
That was a good ass movie. Within and without, they was catching pure hell. And then when all hell broke loose, and they pretty much felt like they could run the safety, what happened? They dropped bombs on the city, man.
I think it was something to do with the
But it was
with the
water
water.
flamethrowers first.
They had the
They was coming
flamethrowers.
through
Yeah.
with hazmat suits, and they was burning everything.
Burning up the
they
bodies.
showed the same thing with them hazmat suits in the movie Outbreak, the one that came out in the 90s. You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's how bad things got.
And you can see it was pretty much at a point of no escape. Wherever direction, just like the precept going into, wherever they try to run to for some type of safety or comfort, you know, might get an hour breather, but guess what? It's all kind of demons still on their ass. Right?
Yep.
I got a quick precept. I don't know if y'all ready yet. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 57. It says, thy children shall die of hunger,
Damn.
and thou shalt fall through the sword. So in that day, your children are going to die, all right? Whether they're infants or whether they're toddlers or whether they're, you know, grade school age, they're going to die for the lack of bread. When you read earlier in that chapter, it says the city shall be troubled for the lack of bread and great tribulation. Okay?
So you're gonna have your kids dying in that day, because when famine hits the country, and you got, like brother was talking about, the hyperinflation, it gets to a point where you have to make those life or death decisions.
Right.
Yep.
Okay?
Another good movie, The Road.
Oh,
Yeah, The Road is a good
Yeah,
movie.
if y'all remember, his
Yeah.
woman left him, and she had said to him in one scene, she said, "What they're gonna do? They're gonna, I think she said they're gonna rape me, they're gonna rape you,
That's crazy.
they're gonna kill us, and they're gonna eat us." She bounced, left him with the child.
She went out, he was looking out the door.
She was
and
out.
She faded away into the darkness.
Yep.
The city was on fire.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's that movie. Everything was on fire. The woman just walked out.
Yeah, that was The Road.
That was The Road, yep.
And Jake took it. They robbed him for his clothes and shit.
Yeah, The
Robbed
Road.
him, robbed him
yeah,
dry.
okay.
That was
Yeah, that's
that was a
good, yeah.
cutthroat. Watch those in the spirit. You really want to watch those cutthroat movies because
Yeah,
it's
the one.
gonna be real cutthroat out here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm from the scripture out first. Speaking of movies, I watched it earlier, right on Netflix. That movie Nowhere.
I ain't seen that
It was
one.
pretty much about famine had hit
Yeah, it's
society, and they had something called it was like a program set up. It was basically called "We Ain't Got Enough for Everybody." So only certain people was able to get food, and then the actual stars of the movie, it was a man and this woman. It was really about the woman, and she was pregnant, right? And they owned the store, but they had to shut the store down because they didn't have no food, so couldn't nobody buy anything, so they couldn't make no money. So somehow, right, she got into a shipping container, and pretty much it was like the Wild Wild West out there. It was capturing people, killing them, and she ended up in the middle of the ocean, and she's pregnant. She got no sustenance, nothing at all. She's out there. There's a woman out there, okay? She's in a shipping container in the middle of the ocean, having to survive.
Right.
That's a good movie. Nowhere. It's like
Nowhere.
a good, little over an hour and a half, you know? But that's just how bad society got,
Right.
and what desperate measures people would take to escape a city that's bad.
That's what Tom's called for desperate
Okay?
measures.
But I'm filling out the scripture. 2 Ezra 15 and 58. It says, 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. So there's going to be a lot of killing out here. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. So wherever you go, there's going to be people wanting to shoot you down, wanting to kidnap you, you know, eat you. That's how bad this society is going to get. It says, verse 58, and they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger. So if you try to go off grid, you know, you might have, now certain people got supplies that last for, you know, a certain amount of time, but you really don't know how bad society is going to get. And if you're going to have access, you may be able to just get to the mountains, but then by that time, you got a band of bandits,
Yeah.
you know,
Like Mad Max.
you know, highwaymen out there, you know, ready to gut you like a fish.
Yeah, because in that day it's gonna be a resource war. Now, famine doesn't mean there's no food.
Right.
It's an aggressively scarce amount
Scarce.
of food.
lack of-
And pretty much the hungriest, the biggest, baddest groups, they're gonna be the ones to get the lion's portion as the saying goes,
Right.
man.
You got me
Right.
tough out here.
You know, they not gonna be asking. They're gonna be rummaging and kicking indoors, man.
Right.
And if you look like you almost got some, they hunting you down.
Right.
And guess what? If you ain't even got none, they might still be hunting you down just for the thrill of
So
it.
if you got weapons, you got ammunition, we taking that. We need your
Yep.
ammunition.
Yeah. Clothes. And
Yeah.
then we deal with you start playing with somebody's food, man. They liable to turn to a damn beast. It could be the nicest, most
Yeah.
introverted,
elderly.
elderly,
Oh, yeah.
the
Bro,
most
those
nice,
gonna
the
be the
nicest
worst-
guy you ever met in your life.
They gonna be the
You
worst
start
ones.
playing with his food, he's gonna turn into goddamn the Incredible Hulk, man.
Right.
Right.
And all this with no law enforcement.
Oh yeah.
That gotta be the number one thing. There ain't no law enforcement, so people not holding back.
Right.
Man.
Right, and even and then, first of all, law enforcement is going to try to survive,
Yeah.
but then they got to institute martial law anyway.
Right.
So the same way when these riots broke out in 2020, and they were seeing the National Guard out there, you were seeing tanks and trucks everywhere. It's going to be like that, but it's going to be these overseas foreign secret troops they got. They're going to bring them in. Like the Hamites we see walking. Even throughout the city. Let me finish this. It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water. So, in that day, you try to go off grid, you try to live somewhere, you know, where you think that you're going to get away, and you're going to hunger and pine away to the point that where you have to eat your friends, you know, you might have to eat your children.
Materials.
Right, materials. You know?
Because it got minerals in them. When you start to become mineral deficient, like they speak about, it was a great famine in the end. But they was licking the plaster off the walls, man. You know?
Well, Josephus talk about what happened to Israel in the siege, right? Where they had to eat the leather belts,
eat them leather
and
belts,
garments, because the Romans had cut off supplies from Sodom. So that same spirit is coming back.
They starved them out.
Society.
Yeah, it's gonna be an aggressive starve out.
That's a good point.
You got it.
Kind of quoted it. It's limitations.
Hey, cause really in the spirit, food is hella scarce now.
Yeah.
You look at these different prices, you know. The only reason why you actually have the ability to have so much access is because of these truckers and these things of that nature, these different facilities. Imports and stuff like that. But when it's a war breaks out, plus crop failure and all these different things all amalgamated in one, and this devil has an agenda where he wants you people to get hip, man. He wants to actually put you down another level in the system under the wing of his control. And if you got to create a famine, if you got to create a man-made pestilence, which he'll go to that extent to do so, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got it.
He elevated scarcity.
Yeah.
Like, it's already it's already scarce, but he
Society collapses, money, and the money is funny. Oh, well, take this charisma, you know, take the MOTB, and we'll give you all you need: food, water, and shelter.
Yep, got a real quick one. This is Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. Yeah. So it's better, hey, for you to die by a famine, man, that's a harsh way to die, man.
Oh yeah.
And for the Lord to have that for the way you prepare, that means the Lord really ain't. Yeah, it really ain't like your ass, man. By eating yourself, man. You know, because your organs is still working. So that's why you mentioned the history of eating belts and stuff. Try to get anything to curb that, you know, that process, right, man.
Yeah. Start eating your fat cells.
Yep.
Then start eating your stomach lining.
Yep.
Roll away. Your muscles. Started with it. You pretty much start to shrivel up.
Yeah.
But just like you said, when your body starts to demand certain things, it tends to pretty much go through higher processes for survival.
Yeah.
You know, and if it got to pull and rip you apart in the process of it sustaining,
that's what it'll do.
Yeah. Extreme fast. Right. I got a.
Because that's what fasting is too in the spirit.
Yeah.
When you start to fast, what?
Yeah.
Eats away. Apostle speaking about autophagy.
Yeah. No. So it's eating bad old cells.
Yep. Bad bacteria and stuff like that.
You got excess body fat. It'll go through that. The bad cell. Then you go too long. They'll start dipping into your muscle.
Yep.
Then once that's going, they'll start dipping into your. Yeah. It's like it keeps going.
Keep going. Because when Yahweh Shah, after he finished his fast, scripture speak about how he was weary and the angels had to administer unto him.
Right.
You know, that's very tiresome. You know, when you don't eat and drink, you undergo a lot of tiredness.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but you got.
I got this just on a Google search. This is how long can an average person survive without water? According to one study, you cannot survive for more than 8 to 21 days without food and water. And that's a long death. That's a long time of you dying. You know?
Yeah.
Now do food because water.
Just food.
Yeah.
And you gotta think a nigga miss a meal, man. He cranky, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I think you need water.
You need water more.
More than food.
So if you don't have food, you don't have water, which I'll get the precept with the chief things of life. You don't have proper shelter because they're gonna run a lot of these people out of these houses in these cities. Straight evacuation zones. You know, cutting off major parts of the city where you used to, where you might get your medication, you know, your crazy pills or whatnot. If you don't have these essentials, where do you think your mind is gonna go?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I got one side one. It says with water only but no food, survival time may extend up to 2 to 3 months. Over time, a severely restricted food intake can reduce the lifespan. Researchers believe that a person can live for up to 3 weeks without food as long as they have water to drink.
Right. So you need water more than food because if you don't have water, of course you dehydrate,
Yeah.
but your organs won't work. Right? Because
Right.
of course, you know, your body is between 7 to 8% water anyway.
Water, protein.
So you need water for, you know, your skin cells to function properly. Like that's why people that you see when they get sick and they lose their appetite, right? And they haven't really drank nothing, they get real, you know, you get, I mean, like even, you know, yourself, you know, you get dry. Your mouth get dry, it's hard to talk, you can't breathe, you know, you cough. Okay? So you need water, and when it comes down to food, what it said, maybe about 3 months with food and water.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months.
Well,
It say it may extend up to that.
Right, but even with food, you still need food though, because food you need calories.
Yeah.
And food gives you calories that you have to burn. So you can drink water, but if you ain't got food, it's still seldom how many.
It's still,
If you on the run and you don't have food and you got to get away, you're gonna be very limited in how far you get.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna burn out easily.
Yep.
They show you that in these survival shows. Like, damn, if I don't get food, I need food to burn the calories so I can work, build shelter. You know?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, see, this so-called white man pretty much pacified the mass of these people. That they don't even know how to survive in tough times any effing way, man. You know?
They don't think it'll happen.
They don't think it happens. Hell, there might be certain things that you can actually eat in that day, and a lot of people might be bypassing it, man. Even locusts, which is an excellent source of protein. You might have these assholes that might be staying, you know, seeing locusts here and there, and they might not even bat the eye at. They might bat the eye at that thing, man. You know. But ultimately, we know in the spirit, the Lord is just gonna starve the mass of these people out as a form of judgment. You know. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can use. Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
Yeah, the Lord's going to cast these cities down, man. Various cities in America and all throughout the earth. The city's going to be greatly troubled, man. But not only the cities, like we spoke about, the rural areas too. All right, wherever you try to run to, judgment's going to be all around, man. The only people that's going to have that spiritual force field is the elect.
Yeah.
All right.
And you could shock a city when it's too much an aggressive flow from one city to the next. These cities ain't designed just to be dumping people.
Right.
Like if there's a situation that happened in Atlanta. You think all the people in Atlanta could just dump the city of Atlanta into all these sorry ass cities around the way? It don't work like that.
Right.
And the mass of these people, they don't want the masses of these, you know, city. Hell, you look at even in Atlanta, Buckhead, it be certain parts of the city that don't even want to actually be affiliated with the whole city because it's too much bullshit that be going on. How much more when actually
Life-threatening events
where it's only food and making. You know, only enough food to feed
Right.
the populace in Augusta or some shit.
Right.
Just dealing with Georgia, you know. You think everybody gonna run to Macon? How the fuck that's gonna work? You gonna have so much traffic,
Yeah,
and then
that's why I say traffic alone is
Traffic
not gonna
alone.
allow you to even make it, you know?
going back to The Walking Dead, you'll see these certain movies or shows,
Yeah,
and it'd be
yeah.
just traffic. There'd be cars for days just backed up.
Backed
Yep.
up. Dead bodies all over.
Dead bodies all through them. See? You
Right.
got it. I got precept too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a little, I mean, oh, you guys.
Tell them how you want to bring up something.
Come I want to get this because we were just speaking on it, but I got something else. Second Esdras chapter 15 and I just started 17.
Yep.
A man shall desire to go into a city
Oh, yeah.
and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, you gonna have, yep. Like it's go about the house gonna be a mass amount of traffic. Everybody's trying to migrate to one area because there's resources in this city, or there's when the judgment happening, so you're trying to flee.
Right.
Then you're gonna have checkpoints,
Right.
Yep.
right? You ain't got this, you ain't got that. You don't got the C hit. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, sorry, can't let you get here.
Yep.
You always bring out the movie, what's the one with Will Smith, I'm Legend.
I think I'll drop a second.
I didn't think it was gonna come out second, yep. And then, if it's closed off all the bridges in New York, you can only get through.
Blew up the bridge.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bridges got blew up. Everybody was
Brooklyn
trapped
Bridge,
on basically trapped in Manhattan or wherever they was at.
Yeah.
See, these are all things that's coming, man.
Oh, that game now it's a show, The Last of Us.
Last of Us, yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much everything was zoned off, was zoned out. You had to creep through the alleyways and the abandoned buildings of the city, just to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
People hear about what? They're gonna have people hear about safe houses and all types of, because people gonna want help, That's
Yeah.
what, the city gonna come into place, and the government, FEMA camp, all these different, supposedly, safe groups.
A lot of those things that's gonna be spoken as and rumored for safety, they're gonna be setting you up to lead you to danger, man. Because these Americans don't really know how to sniff out bullshit. They're as naive as it gets, And they're gonna be in such a desperate time that they're gonna look for trust, not knowing that the love of many gonna wax cold. It's gonna be a killer be killed situation.
And we're doing the Obama administration. They introduced those safe cities, right? And a lot of the how there's a lot of the Latin tribes coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were going to those cities, and now those reports are coming out that they got to leave America and go back to their country, because it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But they introduced, I think during the Obama administration, if I remember correctly, they introduced these safe cities and safe zones and stuff when these crises happen. So they already got set up. The concept is already there. It's just a matter of having the right big crisis to put it in motion with the military and actually locking these cities down.
That's right.
I got free.
Yeah.
It's Sirach 29 and 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame.
You know what too? That's why going to the mark, letter definition, word provocative. One definition that says like a graven work or idol. Is one of the definitions for provocative. Why? Because it's going to be looked at as a power of God. Just do that shit. Is how you're going to obtain those things. Do the shit. How you going to be able to eat? Be able to pay your rent value for get water and resources.
I'm like, damn, he must got the
Oh,
Yeah.
matter of fact, Baba Bashar, can you read that scripture one more time?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because since you said that, I just want to add this one quick point, but I got to read the scripture first so they can hear it. And then I make my point.
All right, Sirach 19 and 29 and 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame.
Right. So the chief thing for life is water, bread, clothing, and shelter. Right. So all these markets are what's in trouble right now. The housing market. Right. That's a major reason why the economy has crashed. People and buying houses and things like that is at a point because what happened with the first one, with the recession, people was pretty much able to buy houses cheaper than
Oh yeah,
you
right.
know get.
Right.
You know. So now there was a bubble. And you had the Great Recession. There's another housing crisis. Then you got what it said, water, bread, there's hyperinflation, shortages. All of these things that people need chiefly is you have to buy and sell.
Mm-hmm.
You have to buy and sell. You have to buy and sell these things. Okay? So, at the end of the day, nobody's going to need to buy a PlayStation 5. Nobody's going to need to buy,
Designer,
Right.
Saint Laurent and Louis Vuitton,
electronics.
Gucci, right, electronics. Nobody's going to be clamoring for the new iPhone. Okay?
Yeah, that shit doing it. It should be. I mean, I don't know about the sales or whatnot, but it seems like people not even like they like
Yeah, man,
iPhone 15.
very
They like, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, after you put something out back to back to back,
Right,
people
it's-
eventually get used to it.
Right.
Normalcy bias.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why he has to come out with the hip, with the C in the front.
You gotta
the
change.
C hip.
Change it
Society
up.
up.
Right,
Change
you gotta
society
change it
up.
But my point is, right, the chief things are what people are going to really need when that charisma comes. The MOTB. Listen, I just need food, water, somewhere to lay my head.
That's it.
Basic necessities.
The basic necessities of life. So that's how we know that the MOTB definitely has to do with
Yep.
this device that's coming.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
Because the chief things of life are being threatened.
Yep.
Facts.
Oh, we seen it with the pandemic. You go to your supermarkets, the water is cut off.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, ain't no toilet paper like that.
was
It was
Yeah.
it was a lot of women that was I remember that tampon shortage,
Oh yeah. I remember.
Tampax and things of that nature.
diapers.
Diaper shortage.
Formula.
That's what it was.
Recalls on formula.
Yep, the formula
Yeah.
shortage. Where those were just test runs. Was it actually? It could have been. I don't know the actual backdrop
Right.
of it.
Dealing with
But
devil and demons.
yeah, but dealing with this man, he tests the waters. He played with the
Right.
waters, man, to see
Yeah.
how you people react.
Study the people.
He studied the masses of the people. He got to know the tone of his people.
Yep. Check
So he could check the temperature, man. You niggas just don't pay him no mind. You think everything is just some random event, not thinking that the government, with the word government, govern, rule, meant your mind. Don't think that these people really are trying to keep that mind control over you.
Right.
And the ultimate mind control is that chipper, man. That chipping device.
Chipper Jones, man.
Put that chip on your shoulder, man.
Chipper Jones.
That chip to follow you.
The MOTB is the Chipper Jones, man.
Chipper, man.
That's all we gotta say.
That's all we gotta say.
Now you got it.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Yep. So yeah, hey, like brothers going into. That's what these times about to bring. Bring up the examples of what I am legend.
Yeah.
People gonna be looking, and then you don't even know you can trust that person. Looking for help, looking for trust, all right, looking for any type of comfort, and not gonna be able to find it. That's why we're doing and serving the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because that's where the safety is, man, in the name of the Lord. All right, that's what we do with fear and trembling.
Yeah. In that day, it's all right. Yeah, see, in that day, people not gonna be trusting each other, man. In that day, people not gonna trust each other. It's basically gonna be every man for himself, man.
I'm holding it.
And that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and that's a heavy point too. With no man, things gonna be growing. Nobody gonna be able to get them because death gonna be out here. It's gonna be desolate. People gonna be gone.
Yeah.
No streets clear. Well, truly, the bodies is done and shit on the ground. You know, smell the scene itself.
Yeah.
Hey, the mass of the people, even us included, we not exempt of these things. We haven't smelt these type of stinks. These
Right.
things, we haven't seen these dead bodies. We ain't killed nobody. You know, we ain't did these such things.
Bro,
But hey,
roadkill is bad enough. You like, damn, you like,
That's
damn,
right.
right. Something died.
Rope
Right.
is
That's
strong
just,
too. Yeah.
it might be a bird or something.
right,
It
bro.
stink.
This is something we're
Or
gonna need.
deer.
We're gonna need the Lord, bro.
Old dog or old cat, yeah.
Right.
Imagine bodies.
Bodies of
Bodies.
Facts, bro. Facts. It's gonna be
That's
spirit,
it.
it's gonna be spiritual
That's
power
interest.
for you not to have eat or smell. That's gonna be damn spiritual power in that time.
Yeah, man. Spirit might have to definitely be with you in that time, man.
Yeah.
That's why we quoted earlier. Wisdom and knowledge should be stability at our times and strength of salvation, man. It's gonna get bad, man. All right, high amount of casualties, dead bodies. You know, like I said, the most nicest, kindest person you ever met is gonna turn into goddamn Rambo
Facts.
in that day, man.
Facts, bro.
They
Facts.
gonna go all out.
And it be the quiet ones you gotta watch
The quiet
out
one,
for.
the quiet one you gotta watch for, man. Your damn next door neighbor, you've known this man for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bernie, whatever
Right.
his name is.
He spray your shit with bullet holes.
He come out.
Yeah, either spraying you or
Go crazy.
or your neighbor is gonna be so paranoid. He's gonna be trying to defend his shit.
Yep.
Facts.
If you gonna watch him defend, you can look out the window.
Right.
It's gonna be damn scoundrels
Yeah.
from who knows where, and then your neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God,
He just dropping them off. They
we're
just
next. Our house is next.
Don't.
You know, that's Secretary of too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I seen
invading one another.
Yep, dating one another, bro. Facts. And we see, that's the thing about it, we see the high crime now.
Yep. Ooh.
How much more so
Yeah.
when like I said, when the chief things of your livelihood are intact.
Yeah.
in that movie, I think it was either the second or the third Purge, where they was trying to protect that store. And
Oh,
them
yeah.
folks was working in there in
Yeah.
all means,
Yeah.
man,
All
trying to
means,
get in that
all
store.
means, bro. That's the
power
first. That's gonna be the
tools
first
and
things to
shit.
go. The store's gonna get. That's the first thing to take.
Yeah, I want to bring this out
Oh, you
real
got it.
quick. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22.
Oh.
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. I want to read down to verse 26.
You read that one more time,
Yeah,
bro?
Verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid.
Yeah. It said that we build the first
Every
part.
man
It
shall
said,
hear, they shall be suddenly afraid.
it said some places shall be.
What does that mean? That means that,
Empty. Yeah.
that means that in this society, people are gonna freak out. Just like when you go, oh my God, there's a C-19.
Yeah.
People panic.
Yep.
Bro.
Them
Frantic,
first
run around.
week, 2-3 weeks when it was over here, school shut down, NBA shut down.
Yeah.
Sports
You
setting
know,
it
people
right.
gonna be afraid.
Everybody went home grabbing laptops and monitors.
Yeah.
If y'all remember, the
Walking
stores was packed.
Stores packed.
People buying everything.
All the tissue, hand sanitizer,
Bro.
overreacting.
We're gonna have to tell our grandkids in the kingdom about the great toilet paper wars of 2020. The toilet paper
Toilet
wars.
paper. That was crazy, man. Niggas bugging out over toilet tissue and hand sanitizer. Right.
Bounty and
Yes. Fighting in the line, you know.
Right.
You got it.
shortage on hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Verse 24 says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Hey, we just said, man, your neighbor,
Yeah.
Mr. Sanders.
Yeah, Mr. Sanders.
He didn't pretty much know you since you was a kid. You know, he's been here for like 30 years.
Yeah. Right.
Nicest guy you ever met.
Right.
Yeah.
This nigga gonna turn. I'm telling you, he gonna turn into motherfucking. fucking Michael Myers, man.
That's gonna
Right.
be. He gonna turn into and then like a lot of them old men like that. Your old neighbors be old ex-military.
Oh,
He
yeah.
gonna turn
man.
into damn Robert McCall from Equalizer.
Oh, yo.
He gonna turn
Hey,
into these-
that's the perfect
he gonna
example.
turn into fucking Robert McCall,
Non-threatening guy,
man.
you know, dead by Home Depot, just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Meanwhile, this nigga is an assassin, man.
Right.
These dudes is
Right.
sharpshooter.
God. Yeah, that's perfect, man. Yeah,
Then Robert McCall's gonna
damn
be-
equalizer, man.
Yep.
He's going in his basement, he hit a button,
Right.
damn bookshelf turned
Cache
like
of
Batman.
Right. Right.
Yeah, just an array of all type of weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to steam the whole
See, you might
block.
see a Batman suit.
Yeah. Right.
Military
Right.
uniform and shit.
You know?
You know?
Yeah, man.
That's what's gonna be happening though.
I'm gonna continue. It says, the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So yeah, there ain't gonna be no cash flowing. None of them people out here, man. For a certain amount of time. But this was the main point of all of this. Verse 25. Verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of their habitation shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
Right, right. So at the end of these troubled times, the Lord is going to deliver the elect, and the spirit in the earth is going to change, the spirit of the world. Okay, the spirit of the elect is going to change. All right, and righteousness is going to be put in the earth. I think Scripture also says too, faith shall flourish, evil shall be put out. Okay. Now I'm later on that. Okay, I want to bring out this quick precept. This is 2 Ezra 15, but this is in the Good News translation. All right. So this is 2 Ezra 15. Let me read verse 14 first. It says, the world and the people in it are doomed.
See?
Okay? It says, God damn, this is a bad translation. Let me read
What's that again? What's that?
The GNT.
GNT, okay.
So this is 2 Ezra 15 and 17. It says, there will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live.
See? That backed up brother's point. Like you won't be able to escape. Like I said in Amos, all right, you escape with hunger, the sword gonna get you. You ultimately, the answer, you need the Lord. So people just think they got all the answers. I got this, I got that. But
Right.
you need the Lord, bro.
Right. Absolutely.
It said free access. Right, you saying, one of y'all brothers said you don't need the chip to go to travel? Yeah. Without free access, you won't be able to travel.
Yeah, it says, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live, driven by famine and terrible suffering. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. This is the Bible.
Right.
So these are prophecies.
That's detailed, bro.
These are clear. This is clear American English vernacular, so you can understand.
Fact.
You know, you read the KJV, and you read it a certain way,
Right.
right? But this is clearly telling you what we're breaking down and what we're saying.
And we can
Okay.
do that because we understand.
We understand
We
exactly.
understand what
Right.
Exactly.
But just to be a little bit more clear,
Right.
okay?
Yep.
It says that people are going to assault their neighbors, they're going to plunder their possessions, there shall be very great terror and confusion. We're not telling you no lies when we talk about the death and destruction that's coming.
Right.
It's written in the scriptures. You can download these Bibles, read it yourself.
Yep.
But we're giving you the understanding and the proper meaning of what is happening, what we're seeing around us today.
That's right, bro.
You know? All right?
You don't know what, since we were speaking about movies earlier, you know, another good movie you watched came to mind, that Blackout movie. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Oh, you talking about the
Was it
Great
American Blackout?
American
Yeah.
Blackout.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
American,
yeah.
For 3 days. 3
Because
days of
National
darkness.
Geographic, National Geographic did that.
That's
yeah.
right, bro.
Yeah.
That was a bad documentary.
Man, brothers, hey, we gotta put that in the
Yeah.
group. Brothers
Yeah.
should
We gotta
rewatch
watch
that,
that,
man.
Yeah.
Man, that's because it showed you in there what came to mind. I had this remember the scene where they had the family. There's like
Yeah.
the house. And I think the son invited maybe his girlfriend or something over. It was something like that. And then the neighbors found out they had food. It was like
Yeah, see, day one, everybody
Yeah.
was taking the shit lightly.
yeah.
That's a bad one.
Playing,
I gotta watch that.
I gotta watch it
Yeah,
again,
we gotta
too.
watch
Yeah.
that again, man.
I'm
There's
telling
another
you.
movie, something like that.
Can of peas.
Is it How
It
It
can't be.
Is or something like that?
How it is? Oh, with Forrest Whitaker. I know you're talking about. Yeah, that's
Yep,
Forrest Whitaker.
How It Ends.
How it ends. Yep.
Oh, How It Ends.
That's another one. Yeah, see, it's good to get into these you
I
know.
like them movies, man.
It's another one coming out with Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
Bad one coming out, man.
on it's on Netflix.
Coming out on Netflix.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did she do?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's
That
I'll
was
get
the
the name
other
of it, but it's
chick that
Julia Roberts and it's that other black Jake, dark skinned Jake.
That I think
Um,
I think one play Blade.
Yeah, but it,
Oh, Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's going into a future EMP
Mm-hmm.
and how the world is going to turn to darkness. And guess who actually helped write the script for this movie? Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we just see when we say it, we saying it based upon the scriptures, but really a lot of people know what's getting ready to go down, man. Because it's the plans of the elite.
No, Obama, no. You know, these actresses and actors know.
He's a part of the plan.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm Right. That's right.
Leslie Illuminaries.
That's right, bro.
That was on the app.
Yep. All right. This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 30, verse 31. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and in their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
Right. Like Apostle Kabar just did a video. What was the title? It's roughly paraphrasing. Basically something like the end is coming. And it's gonna be real bad for women or something like that. I can't. The title was something like that. Where you just read, because wow, a man, as scripture say, a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. Isaiah the 32nd chapter, I believe. A man's a shield. He's a protection. So a lot of your husbands, they're gonna die. They're gonna perish. All right. Hell, a lot of men gonna go against they. You know, you're gonna have to defend for yourself. All right. And you know, men for the most part is really against women right now. You look at the climate on social media and just how what's going on. Men already ain't really feeling women right now.
If they had wisdom,
Right.
they wouldn't be talking like that.
If you was smart, you'd be like, nah, I'm trying to get, please.
Yeah.
There's gonna come a time where you're gonna want a man to protect you.
That's right.
All right, the Lord's gonna take that hedge away, man. All right. Then it mentioned how what it say the places that were about the thorns, something like that.
Yeah, I reread it. Yep, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 32. Verse 32. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough.
Right. So a lot of these areas are gonna be destitute of population. Right. You got people migrating to other areas, people getting hauled off in concentration camps. So places that there was a lot of traffic, foot traffic, so to speak. Them areas gonna be start looking like ain't been nobody there in years. Like, damn, where everybody at? You know, it's gonna be like people dead, like dead bodies, high casualties, people in concentration camps. And like I said, people migrating to other areas where there's, where they think they can get some type of resources, man. See, so it's gonna get bad, man.
Yeah, I got a scripture.
Yeah.
Going back to the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, when he was ruling with that iron fist during the time of Hellenization.
Yeah.
You know, the scriptures vividly document the atrocities that was happening to Jake when those hard times came, and we get ready to be, those times are getting ready to be revisited.
Yeah.
Okay, the current rulers that's in power right now, they really want to do some serious damage to you Hebrew Israelites, man. So I want to speak, because the brothers were speaking about women and how you want to get your shit together because you're gonna need to depend on a man in that day.
That's right.
Well, let's read something on what happened to certain women during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes. Because remember, the decree went out that the women were not to circumcise their children. Remember? So this says, this is 1 Maccabees 1, and I'm gonna start at verse 60. It says, at which time, according to the commandment, now the commandment was that the women, the children of Israel were not to circumcise the children anymore. So when that commandment went out, it says they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them, man. So if we're gonna fast forward, now circumcision was a custom of the Hebrew Israelites. We would pull back the foreskin of our sons,
Right.
to as a cleanliness ritual, so to speak.
Right.
Now what's coming into the times, we're coming into the times when Esau is getting ready to try to put his brand on you through that MOTB.
Right.
And all of you women out here that try to resist, and all you men out here that try to resist, hey, Esau is gonna do the same thing in like manner.
Yep.
You break his draconian laws that he coming with, he gonna kill your ass, and he gonna be killing them children too. Okay? That's why it tells us in the book of what? 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, it says there shall be a great insurrection upon them that fear the Lord.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
Robbing and spoiling their houses. But then shall it be known who are my chosen. Okay? Because the chosen is going to be bought through the fire. So a lot of you jakes, you really about to feel the wrath of the so-called white man. And right now they're creating a picture, an image to make you the face of terrorism, man. They're about to tie you in.
Yep.
You jakes ain't just about to be some just upstanding Americans and y'all gonna get together with white people and try to fight off Hamas.
Right. Right.
They gonna tie your ass in eventually, man.
Yep.
Okay? They gonna make you the face of terrorism here in America, man. And these other backwoods Edomites that living in off these country back roads that you've never seen, they only come out to go, you know, to go to their local town to shop.
Yeah.
They go right back home. They gonna come out to play, man.
That's right.
And they're gonna put the decree out there on you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to take you down, man. And it was the same thing that happened during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, man. It said the women's faces changed, their countenance was changed to darkness.
Yep.
Okay, roughly paraphrasing. That's what was going on during the time of Hellenization, because he was pushing out what? He was pushing out a change. That's what Antiochus was doing. He basically was coming with a new world order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Antiochus was doing, man. He was coming with a new world order.
Yeah, because he wanted all the people to be one.
Yeah, under one. Yeah.
The great Hellenization.
Great organization.
Yeah, like the old saying goes, history repeats itself. Right. So Esau did it back then. All right. Now Esau's back on the earth, and the beast is in full effect. How much more now, man? All right.
Right.
I got a quick account. 2 Kings chapter 6. Got the cannibalism.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it said history repeat itself. This gonna happen too. 2 Kings chapter 6 and okay, 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 28. It says, and the king said unto her, what have lied thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her, on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. So yeah, just you ain't gonna be able to trust nobody. It's gonna be cannibalism, fighting, every man for himself. And not only is it gonna be kids getting, it's gonna be adults getting it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we always make a joke, like a joke, whatever. They're gonna be looking at you like look at it, they be in the desert somewhere eating, drinking days. And Daffy Duck turned to a glizzy, man. Turned to a hot dog, man.
Right. Yeah, you look at each other, man.
What was that?
You turn to a piece of Hattie B's, man.
Yeah.
And half a bird, man.
What's that cartoon with Chris Rock? What's the zebra?
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Oh, yeah.
He turned to a steak. The lion.
Yep.
He started chewing him.
Hey, that's what's gonna happen.
Coming, yep.
See, a lot of people are underestimating the diabolical nature of the serpent. Okay. Exhibit A, they have evil intentions.
That's right.
Yeah, they walk with a humbleness to them. You can see like the humility in their body, you know, in their strut.
Right.
But if you really look closer, you'll see that this is nothing but a snake.
Yeah.
Because if you ever seen a snake slithering, it looks harmless. You know, a slithering snake looks harmless, man. Okay, but when the snake actually gets in position to strike,
Yeah, staying up.
you know,
Yeah.
and make that move, that's when it becomes a threat. But really, when you look at a snake slithering, it doesn't look like it can harm or hurt anybody, man. It's like a humble movement to it. It's low, it's on the ground, it's trying to get away. But then when it get in position to strike, it can take your ass out. Well, that's what's gonna happen with the so-called white man.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says what? Though he go crouching and humbleth himself, man. See, you got to understand the spirit and the energy of this nation of people in which the Lord created.
Yeah.
He gave us the backdrop.
Yeah.
He said, look,
Yeah,
there's going to be a people in the earth, and this is going to be their nature. They're called the Edomites, and this is going to be their heart. This is how their heart thinks. This is how they move. Yes, they speak smooth words, but in their hearts, they draw out swords. They tell you exactly how to approach this guy, man. You got to proceed with caution. Okay? The nations are learning that right now.
Yep.
That's why the scripture says what? Don't let the weak say I'm strong, man. These other nations are tired of you Americans and you Israelis, man.
Yeah.
They're sick and tired of you, man.
You see that snaky nature?
They see that snaky nature, like what the elder said. Hey, the president of Turkey, they said Israel has reached its end. Okay, and the whole congregate, the whole fucking parliament started cheering, man.
That's gonna burn. That's gonna burn.
That's gonna actually come to pass. Okay?
Yep.
Because we're in the time of threshing, like the scriptures say. Oh, as a matter of fact, if I could get once upon, hey, give me 2nd Ezra 4, man. Let's read through that, man. 2nd Ezra 4 and like 26, 27, somewhere up in there. You know? Because we're in the time of threshing. All right? What we're seeing in the earth, we're seeing the fruit of the wicked. The fruit of the righteous right now is just budding. But we're seeing the manifestation of the fruit of evil in the planet Earth. The fruit of righteousness is very scarce on the planet Earth, brothers. It ain't in abundance. It's going to be in abundance because it's being planted. But right now, we're seeing the harvest of the wickedness in the planet Earth. But what is Yahweh Shah known as? The reaper, man. The angels are known as the reapers. And they're coming to uproot this evil seed. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteneth,
Yep, go ahead.
for the world hasteneth fast to pass away,
Go ahead.
and cannot comprehend things that are promised to the righteous in time to come.
Right. So this world is hastening fast to pass away. Talking about this current world, man. This current age. This how you say it? Aion. Or Aeon. This age. Because the world in itself, the oikomene, is not going to pass away. The earth abideth forever, like the scriptures say. So this present rulership, this kingdom of darkness, is hastening to pass away. Okay? Go ahead, Ak.
For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
Full of it, man. There was a particular time, you go back 25 years ago, 30 years ago, the nigga woman wasn't going to Dubai. It's something that just happened really like in the last 10-year time span, bro. Let's really kind of keep it real about this, man.
Well, Dubai was being built.
Yeah.
It wasn't even really a city.
It was a man-made city, man. So they show a time lapse of Dubai in the 70s, bro. It was through.
Right.
Well, the cities
Okay.
are, of course, man-made, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
it
all
wasn't
cities,
a,
yeah.
You know, but it wasn't a. It wasn't
It
this
wasn't.
big,
It wasn't.
great, smart city like
Right.
it is
Yeah,
now.
right.
It wasn't like this big metropolis
Right.
that Americans traveled to and went over there wrapping their head in a checkered scarf.
Right.
Okay. But now what you seeing these people going to these different foreign lands and they freaking off in the Western mind frame, man.
Yeah.
They going to Japan and they going to Taiwan and
Yep,
Thailand.
Thailand.
They going all overseas with a Western mentality because the fruit of wickedness is exceedingly polluting the planet Earth. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me,
Yeah.
I will tell thee. For the evil is sown.
Yeah. So what was happening? Because when you read Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, basically Ezra was asking the angel Uriel, "What is the end?" He wanted to know what the end was. What is the end result of all of this? Okay. That was a question that he kept asking the angel, but the angel Uriel was giving him a build-up of different prophecies that was going to take place before the end.
Right.
Okay, so this is the angel Uriel explaining to him about the end. Go ahead.
It says, for the evil is sown.
The evil is sown. Where was the evil sown in the earth? Through Esau, Edom. Okay, and really a large portion of that seed being sown of wickedness in the earth was during the Greek Empire. Okay,
Oh yeah. Yep.
Greece implemented hella evil in the earth, man, through
Yep.
Hellenization. Okay, when they Hellenized the earth, man, the earth took a turn for the fucking worse.
And in Maccabees, about before generals after Alexander.
Yep.
So then began evil, began
Multiplying the earth. Yep.
And then that was the genesis of the basically of the beast system.
Yep.
Greece.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 beasts.
Yep.
Like scriptures speak about the 4 beasts.
Yep.
I believe that's Daniel the 7th chapter. Okay, so when we talk about evil is sown in the earth, this is not nothing that really got sown in the earth during America. It was continued, and it was cultivated through America.
Right.
It was watered. Okay, it was nurtured through America, but it was planted in the earth really during the time of the Greeks, man. They was freaking around, man. They was freaking off. They had all kind of mythology and all kind of illicit sexual acts going on back then. I mean, it was a disgusting place, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
They was setting up idols all over the goddamn place, groves, altars. They polluted the sanctuary. I mean, Greece was a haven for Satan. And then Rome just took it and multiplied it, man. So you fast forward to America. America ain't do nothing but water all that wickedness that was sown,
Yeah.
and now it just then grew out of goddamn control.
Well, they got all these sex robots, this weird AI freakism. Hell, pornography. There wasn't no,
Yeah,
pornography plaguing the minds of the masses of the people in Rome.
yeah. Well, pornography really goes back to England, and basically what happened, which is like a brief overview, is the Jews really started that. Amalek really started that porn industry. But this goes back to England when they was trying to take over. What they did was I believe it was one of a particular king's ex-wife or divorced wife. They pretty much exploited her and painted her in a real lewd, illicit manner, and was publishing it to pretty much make the king look like a piece of shit. That's where you get the word, to shame him. That's where you get the word fuck from. Fornication under the consent of the king. Okay, so pornography really came from them Amalekites, man. It was multiplied in the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so all this shit go back to Esau, man.
Yeah, because back then, just to add to the elder, sex was always known as a private matter.
Right.
To publish your body for the masses to see, that was something that was pretty much banned.
Yeah.
That was something that was outlawed, and not even in the spirit. People wasn't even in the spirit of doing those things, man.
Right. Even Jake was wicked, but Jake never publicize their intimacy on that level, man.
That's Esau.
Yeah. You had prostitution, which prostitution is what is the oldest profession.
Yeah.
You always had prostitutes and all that's all over the scriptures, brothels and stuff.
Mhm.
Those were
But it
even
wasn't
private.
the
They were
industry.
private.
Right.
Right. It wasn't the industry pushed,
Right,
open
right.
like that.
Like you had an owner. My bad. That's why you can't whoremonger.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
You can't be, because a whoremonger is nothing but a fucking pimp.
A pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Okay, prostitution was a private industry by a woman. And she usually was either a bastard or she was a divorced woman or a widow. You know, making some ends meet, man.
Like you got these strippers, they might be disowned, so then they gotta do certain things. And,
Right.
you know, you got women like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, but they're doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it wasn't a thing that all women did when they were in those predicaments either.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
It says, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, so the evil is sown in the earth, but we've yet to see the destruction. And we've been hastening this destruction, man. But guess what? We can't hasten above the Lord's will. That's why we have to do it through wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. These prophecies got to come to pass, man, at the end of the day. There still is a buildup. Because remember, Yahweh Basham Shai, he weighed the earth in his balance. Okay? And he's not going to bring about certain prophecies to come to pass until that balance is filled. Or that measure is filled on that particular side. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down,
Yep.
and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
Yeah, so what the hell is Bishop Nathaniel and them talking about? Talking about there's going to be 1,000 years. Yeah, we're going to go into it. There's going to be 1,000-year period where we're going to rule with Yahweh Shai, and then Esau is going to be let loose out of prison and deceive the earth again, and then that's when God and Magog is going to bomb and destroy it.
That's what happens when you read. That's what happens when you just go to chapters and you just read and you just read them through.
Right.
You don't understand how the prophecies work and they jump back and forth. You just read them through. You know.
That's right. So it makes absolutely no sense for the Lord to uproot evil out of the earth. We cast them into prison, and then the Lord establish righteousness in the earth after the evil is uprooted, and then root the evil back in the earth and let them deceive the nation. So he's saying that Revelation, the 20th chapter, when it said that Satan shall be let loose and for a little season, that's what's going to happen after we gather them and put them in captivity. He's saying they're going to be let loose after the 1,000-year period, and they're going to go about and deceive the earth. But that's really talking about now, man. When the scripture says Satan was let loose out of prison, it's talking about his rebirth. And Satan necessarily wasn't cast into prisons. He was just under the rule of Jake. Okay? Jake was running the earth at that particular time, man. And he was, basically he was tributaries to Jacob. It was tributaries, man. And there were certain areas where Jake was ruling, where the so-called white man was enslaved. Okay?
Yep.
And then all areas, the so-called white man, they had their little towns and areas, but they was just under tribute to Jake.
There's artwork, brothers, you've seen it. Artwork where Jake had Edomite women. Jake like Moors. Had
Moors.
Edomite women, chosen.
Yep. So go ahead,
During that time.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 29. Once again, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right. So in order for good to come in the earth, the evil rule has to be uprooted. Why would the Lord uproot evil, plant good, then uproot good, and plant evil again, just for good to be replanted in the earth behind the evil? Right. What's the point of the initial sacrifice?
That don't make no sense.
What's the point? We're going to have spiritual powers and we're going to be delivered and reign with Yahweh Shai. The scriptures don't tell you that Yahweh Shai is going to go to war again.
Yeah, don't tell you that.
The scriptures don't tell you that when Yahweh Shai is in power, that there's going to be an uprising of these other nations again. There's going to be complete subjection for eternity.
Yeah, it says every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess.
Yeah. The scripture says it shall fall and not rise again.
Not rise again. And it says when
The scripture
it says we're gonna also it says we're gonna also be like him. So if we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, and that Holy Spirit is gonna be resting upon us in its entirety, and it says we're not gonna break the law, statutes, and commandments. How is this devil gonna find room to snake up his power?
Right.
It's not gonna He's not gonna have the artillery. He's not gonna have the Spirit of the Lord is not gonna be with him.
Right.
we're gonna be fully charged up to the point where even if a devil breathes the wrong way, we on his ass.
That's right, bro.
So how?
You know what came to mind too? Like you broke down the word government earlier. Government means the rule. Mental means the mind. Like it says in Isaiah 2nd chapter, Lo established his government on top of the mountains. The government. You mean to tell me in the kingdom we're gonna be in our full power with Yahweh Shai there
In righteousness.
in righteousness, ruling over the minds of the people. But that's not gonna be strong enough. He's somehow gonna break out of that
How
and
is,
go
he,
to war.
how is he going to deceive? How are we going to even allow him to deceive the other nations?
Bro,
That
you-
means that don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Like what? Every time the Lord sent the other nations on us, it was because we went off. But if we're not
Right.
going to go off,
Right.
what reason is it for the Lord to raise up these other nations against us again? It makes absolutely no fucking sense, Bishop Nathaniel. Man, Yahweh Ba'Shemal Shai is going to visit you, man.
That's right.
And he's going to visit all of them guys that's sitting there allowing you to break that shit down like it's some fucking breaking news.
Right.
If you listen to what Nate, when he was teaching it, you could tell that neither his congregation ever taught or heard that shit.
Right.
They've never, he never heard that.
He never heard that. I'm listening to him. He's like, oh, I got something here. Like, bro, you spitting like this your first time. I got something. I want y'all to listen close. Listen close.
Freestyle.
Like bro. So after 30 years of being in the truth, that's when you got that revelation.
That's
He know what the fuck he's doing, man. Because it's been taught by. Why do you think that High Priest Ariah and the other elders was teaching about the Dark Ages?
Right.
Because they broke that down in Revelation 20, that Satan shall be let loose for a certain season. So they knew that breakdown. So Bishop Nathaniel knew that breakdown went back to 1 West.
Yeah.
He heard the breakdown before,
Oh, he
man.
know the
So he
breakdown.
remixing it. You got it, bro.
He know the breakdown.
Oh well, can we get that in Revelation?
Hey, bro, yeah, let's get into it.
Can we get that?
Yeah, let's cook, baby. It's time to cook.
Yeah, come you got it, Baba Kushai. Yeah, Baba Kushai. You know, my vision done open up a can of worms.
Hey, it was all through the spirit. It was all through the spirit, elder.
But Baba Kushai, read that scripture, Baba Kushai.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand.
Right, now that angel, okay, and the key of the bottomless pit, that's Europe. That goes into Europe. We know this breakdowns, okay? That is the time when Esau was put down and Jacob was able to come into power during what's known as the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages for Esau and the Edomites, okay? And they were pushed into the caves, okay?
Right.
And somehow Esau has returned.
Right.
Through what house? Because really, when you deal with the international bankers, when the Lord actually comes and destroys all these like it tells you also in Ezekiel, when all the weaponry is going to be pretty much destroyed, all the idols are going to be broken up,
Isaiah 2.
the facilities,
Right.
these institutions, all these things are going to simultaneously collapse when Yahweh Shah comes with the fleets of angels. And the men on ground is going to be putting in work. So when all these facilities is going to pretty much, like I said, when the thrones were cast down, which represents government, what is this man going to, how? Where is he going to get the ability to actually slither back? Esau got everything through slithering.
Right.
Where is he going to be able to slither through? He's going to rebuild an institution. He's going to have underground meetings where he's going to conspire with other Edomites.
Somebody got to get Malachi 4
He's gonna find a plantation of some naive jakes. Because even when Esau got back in power back then, really he started to end Mary. All right, he was doing certain things, left-hand tactics to get back in power. And the scriptures speak about how even in the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna be marrying the other nations. We're just gonna be dealing with them in concubines. Everything is gonna be in order and subjection. This man would have no ability to get in there.
And another point, because we about to get into the breakdown, but another quick point that I wanted to make, that the scriptures don't specify 2 endings. It's
Right,
one
right.
ending.
Right.
It's not 2.
Right.
Okay? Because that means that the wicked gotta fall, the righteous gotta rise up, the wicked gotta come back into power and fall again. The scriptures don't talk
they don't
about
say
2
that.
endings. It's one end,
Right.
and then the kingdom of heaven. So let's get some context dealing first and foremost with the first resurrection that 1,000-year period, which is one day with the Lord. And let's deal also, like with, the elder Tazal want to get ready to break it off. But let's also deal with Satan being let loose for a little season to deceive the nations. All right, that really goes back during the time of the Renaissance period. Okay, where Esau came into power through through marriage and through different wars, and they crept in, they took the power seat, starting really with the Ottoman Turks. Okay, then you had certain other Spanish families, the Borgia family, other Edomite families that rose into power, and they came together to start off what you see today. You got it, bro.
When you read the book, Nature Knows No Color Line, it tells you how the whites were able to mingle in with the so-called black monarchies of the time. If you get Nature Knows No Color Line, it tells you that we're marrying white women.
Yep.
That's why you get Germans, the Irish, right? They were originally so-called black people that started those dynasties.
That's right.
But you had the Hamites, you had the intermingling of Esau and Jacob in that time. Same thing now, right? Like we always talk about how you had Jay Electronica was dealing with Kate Rothschild. Well, it was the reverse back then. You had these so-called black women being able to get with Jay. That happened with Queen Victoria, because her line descends from King James. But then she got with one of those Edomites from, they had taken over, one of those families had taken over, I can't remember if it was Scotland or Ireland, but they married. So now you got the monarchy of England today. Those are Edomites. Okay?
Yep. Go on to that, get back into that 2nd Ezra 4, bro. Then we're going to bring out some more precepts to land back. Go ahead, Al.
2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Yep, go ahead.
For the grain of evil seed had been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning.
Now, how was it sown in the heart of Adam? Through Eve by the serpent. Okay? That's how it was sown in the mind of Adam. Because whatever the serpent put into Eve's mind, Eve came and put it in Adam's mind, and guess what Adam did? He established that wickedness in the earth. Whatever that wickedness was back then, I don't know the specifics of what that wickedness was, but Adam had the dominion over the earth. And when he was establishing that dominion, he sowed that evil in the earth through Satan. And that evil has blossomed into what we see today. Because he was given the power and the dominion to establish order in the earth. And he did a good job, but it was that one little thing that Eve recommended for Adam to establish, and it grew into what we have today.
What it's saying, I think it's in that same chapter, old Adam, what has thou done?
Yep. Because it seemed harmless. Like, oh wow, yeah, that's good, that's right. You know? And then he sowed it in the earth through him establishing that dominion. And through that whatever he sowed in the earth, it grew into what we have today. But like I said, I don't know the specific, exactly what Satan said to Eve and exactly what Eve said to Adam, but we do know that it was established in the earth during the time of Adam, under his dominion. Okay? And now we got the whole thing got to get taken up. It's like a weed, a little weed seed that gets into a garden, and you might not see it. You might not even know that the seed was even how the fuck it got there. But then you start seeing it bud, now it take over your whole fucking lawn. Now you just got to restart. Go ahead, bro.
And how much ungodliness have it brought up unto this time?
Look at this shit. Like I said, we don't know exactly what Satan told Eve. We know, Satan was, hey, God, he don't want you to eat from that tree of life, because if you find out, you're gonna be a god. Okay? That's all we know. But the specifics of it, it was literally something that he said, look, we're gonna do this. And then Eve, I'm gonna go tell Adam. Because Satan couldn't sow it in the earth because he didn't have the fucking dominion. Okay? But through him going through Eve and Adam, and by Adam sowing whatever wickedness that was in the earth, Satan came about later and magnified all of that wickedness into what we have today. But he had to go through Adam to get it sown in the earth. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing
How
come?
much? Look at this shit, man. We vexed on a daily basis. We start music. Esau come and whisper in niggas' ears, and now music is polluted.
Right.
All the things that the Adamites do, that's of a good nature and positivity, Esau creeps in and corrupts it.
Yeah.
Everything, bro.
Everything is killing us at this point.
Yeah.
You know, anything that was supposed to actually be positive and bring forth life, it brings forth instant death, man.
Yeah.
And that's all through the Esau being through Satan, you know, his spiritual counterpart being the prince of power of the air, working that magic and that witchcraft,
Harbinger of death.
the harbinger of death.
Go ahead, bro.
This is verse 31. 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 31. Ponder now by thyself.
Right, now meditate, brothers. All right, because the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Yeah, like the brother says, Selah. The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. So yeah, it's being spoken to the prophet Esdras, but we got to meditate and listen to what's being said by the angels. All right, so meditate on this. Go ahead.
Ponder now by thyself
Go ahead.
how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth.
Go ahead.
And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number,
Yeah, so the ears represent the fruit. You got the ears of the corn. All right, so when it's time for the threshing of the ears, go ahead.
how great a floor shall they fill.
That's why the destruction is going to be so major. Because it's evil every fucking where, bro.
Yeah.
Bodies. That's why one of the first gigs in the kingdom of heaven is going to be cleaning them up, burying them. Think about how much evil came into the earth. That's why the destruction has to be so great, man. Okay? Go ahead, man. That's why it's taking so long. That's why it's taking so long for the destruction to come. Although the Lord is hastening it,
Right.
it seems like it's taking so long because every part of wickedness has to be dealt with and accounted for. Okay? So yeah, if you got a big ass cornfield and it's time for harvesting,
There's a lot of plucking up.
it's a lot that need to be accounted for before you step out on that field and start threshing.
Yeah,
You got to
like
make
a
sure that
plague
the
in
reapers.
corn.
Say again.
Do like a plague in the corn.
Right.
You got to cut all that
Oh, yeah.
plague out.
And you got to make sure before you start cutting, you got all of your reapers.
Right.
Yeah,
You got to make sure you got to have all your workers. Y'all take this side. You got to have your tools.
identifying. Okay, this is plague.
Yep.
This is okay.
And
this
then
is
you look at it
this
like,
is
okay, this one is good.
Yeah.
This is good corn. All right, we gonna cut this and keep this. That's the elect.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna get rid of this. We gonna keep this. And really, when you get all the good out, really you can just go and burn the cornfield.
You can burn the cornfield.
Yeah.
Lord said
But
he's gonna
just-
purge his floor.
But if you got a huge, imagine the field being the size of Atlanta, a cornfield the size of Atlanta, right? And you got to go through that whole fucking cornfield and get all the good corn out. It's going to take a long time, brothers. Now we talking about the earth,
Right.
okay? We're talking about the planet Earth here. So yeah, it may seem like it's taking a long time, but there's a lot of marking
A lot of mark.
that's going on, brothers. Go ahead, That's right. And this is gonna lead to cutting Bishop Nathaniel and his bullshit, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 33. Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass?
Yep.
Wherefore our years few and evil.
Yeah, man. When Ezra wanted to know, when is this gonna come to pass? Well, Ezra, Yahweh Shah still had to come on the scene at that point in time, man. It was a little minute. Okay? It was a little minute. Okay? But guess what? Through the grace and the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah, hey, we at that time, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 34. And he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest,
Yep.
for thy haste is in vain to be above him.
Hey, read that again.
2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 34.
Shalom, man.
And he
Hey, bro, you
answered,
be safe, bro. Good to see you. All right,
and
read
he
it
answered,
again. Salak.
2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 34.
Yep.
And he answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the Most Highest.
Because you got to remember, Ezra was continuously asking him, so when is the end, though? That's why he said, look, here's the departing asunder of time. Jacob held first. He kept breaking down the end to Ezra. But he was like, look, you kind of hastening
Yeah, he was like, hold
You
on.
know, Angel's like, look, hold on, man,
That
you
looks
hastening
right.
too
That
hard.
looks
Right.
Hey, the angel was,
Told me to chill out.
but he was asking the right questions, but
Right.
the angel was like, slow it down.
Right. Con,
Calm down.
Con, that's right, bro.
You know?
Hey, read it again. So
Yeah.
see,
What, Uriel?
this is how you get the angel Uriel, man. This is how you break the scriptures down so you can get the true essence and understand that moment. A lot of the Christians church, they don't help you understand the moment. You understand the picture of Yahweh Bashima Shah when you understand these moments. He was asking these good questions. Hey, you ever had somebody ask you so many good questions that you kind of like, hey, bro, let me
Let me deal with the
ask
first one. Let me deal with
You
the
know
first
who do
one.
that? Children.
children.
Yeah.
Kids
Yes.
do that.
Very
Man, bro, I'm talking about be asking you questions where you be like, yo, man, let me just break it down for you.
piece by piece.
Okay? So go ahead,
Yep. Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 34. He answered me, saying, do not thou hasten above the most highest.
calm down. Don't hasten above the Lord. Okay? There's still things that had to come to pass. Go ahead.
It says, reach, for thou haste is in vain to be above him.
Yeah, because see that, well, you had instances in the scriptures where men were hastening in vain and it cost them their life.
Right.
See, that's why we have to make sure that we're operating within the will of Yahweh Bashima Shah and not trying to exceed the parameters in which the Lord set.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Judas, and you, Judas Maccabees. No, not Judas Maccabees. Judas Iscariot.
That
Yeah, that Judas. I slipped with the tongue. So
No, no,
even
you
in this truth, you get excited of the end, but like the scripture says, how the end is pretty much not yet. We are not saved,
Right.
you know. Which it also says, hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right, bro.
so mentally we. That's way off. That's
Man, boy, you know cars flying down that lane, boy. You got
yeah, Jake just be doing stuff on the road. But the scripture says, hope deferred make the heart sick.
Yep.
Right.
You know, but in the spirit, of course, we haste the day, but it's still a race of patience. You know,
Uh-huh.
because we see all these different things.
not to the swift.
Yeah, the race is not to the swift.
Right.
You know, and a lot of guys they wanted the stuff to go down in the year 2000. That's why a lot of them fell off, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not on our time.
And another good point, we got to remember that Ezra is asking him about the end, not the first end and then another kingdom, then the second end.
Right.
He's
Right.
asking him about what is the end. So we're getting a time frame
Right.
of what the whole end is going to contain. Okay? Are we not seeing the revelation of these mysteries that was being given to Ezra happening right now? So that means that this is the end. Okay? This is the end. There's not going to be another uprising. You got the breakdown wrong, IUIC.
Yeah, you gotta-
And that's offensive, man, to Yahweh Bashima Shai. And that's really if you don't clean that up and repent and change that teaching, that's punishable by death.
Like that hell doctrine, you have to clean that hell doctrine.
Hell doctrine.
And he
You gotta
still ain't
clean
do
this
it.
up too.
Yeah, the name you talking about, you sitting up there
That's
praying
number
in the
one.
name of Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
They fixed it.
Think about
Okay.
it, it's very offensive. It's not basically saying that Yahweh Shai is not going to have full dominion in his kingdom.
Right.
Right. Esau going to be. You know,
Yeah, like the Lord gonna come back.
This
Here
is
is the Lord been going 2,000 years. He gonna come back half stepping.
Right.
That's what you pretty much saying.
Right.
The Lord gonna come back
Right.
a pseudo king.
That's crazy.
The scripture says he's gonna be the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He gonna wear the crowns, but it's gonna be
crowns,
somewhere where one of his underlings,
Because he gonna drop one of the crowns.
one of the king, yeah,
Damn, I
yeah,
left the crown.
Right.
one of my
No,
strongholds
man.
got taken, and Esau gonna rise up and take down the Lord's kingdom.
Absolutely
Are you
not.
serious?
Nah.
Hey, we're gonna go into this
basis
break.
of men?
We're gonna go into this breakdown too, man. All right, go ahead.
Oh, so like last,
Oh, my
last
bad,
point, my bad. Because it even said during the time of the Romans, Yahweh Shah said he could have took that kingdom down instantly when he was pretty much a man of peace.
Right.
So here it is. The scriptures speak about how the Lord is going to come in full glory, in a war mentality, war hungry,
Right.
to take down the kingdom.
We're not
But he's
even
still
yet.
going to slip. Get
Right.
out of here, man.
Don't make sense. Go ahead, bro.
It says, do not thou hasten above the most highest,
Yep.
for thy haste is in vain to be above him,
Yep.
for thou hast much exceeded.
Yep. Yeah. So Ezra was doing too much. That's why the angel said, "Look, you have much exceeded, man.
Right.
You didn't going too far, bro. You know, scale it back."
You thinking too far ahead. You
Yeah.
gotta,
Yep.
you know.
That's why he told him, man, your haste is in vain because you far exceeding. You going beyond the will of Yahweh Bashemah Shai. Remember, the Lord weighed the earth. Matter of fact, it's gonna tell you. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 35. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask question of these things
Yeah.
in their chambers?
Yeah, of course we did. Of course, the men of old asked these questions. Hey,
Yeah, we do now.
I was just about to say
Oh,
that.
okay.
And that's a spirit. It's a spirit. That's how you know we in like mind. We ask the same questions now. Like, damn, we thought the pandemic. You know, when the pandemic,
Yeah.
when America shook back, man, it was like, damn, Lord, what is this thing about?
Well, a lot of questions that I've had,
Yeah.
Ezra asked them same questions, but that's why you got to read the scriptures so you can get certain questions answered.
Yep.
The prophets already asked certain things
Yeah, that's right.
thousands of years ago. They are
That's what
still the
the
same earth, bro.
that's what the angel was telling.
Yeah,
You know, the angels telling them, look, the men before you to ask these same
Daniel
questions in their chambers. You know, Daniel, yeah. You know, go ahead, bro.
It says, or it reads, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion?
Yeah, like how long should I be waiting for this to happen? To death. That's why you supposed. That's why the scriptures always tell you strive for the truth unto death. You really supposed to have the mind frame that I'm going to hold my faith until I die, because you may actually lose your life before they come to pass. Okay, faith is a thing that you have until your dying day.
Right, ain't no
It's not
cap on
something.
faith.
Yeah, it's not something that
You retired.
that you say, you know, at this point, if it don't happen, I'm not gonna believe.
Right.
But that's not faith.
It's not faith.
Okay, that's why the angel was telling them they would give them signs. But why you think the Lord never gave us a date?
Right.
Because if the Lord gave us a date and that date exceeded our quote unquote life expectancy, a lot of people would just lose faith.
Yeah, but I ain't, you know,
There ain't no point. Like, I'm gonna die anyway, you know, so why? So it's like the Lord keeps you, he keeps dangling that carrot in front of you so you can continue to strive for it until your dying day, and in hopes that you don't die, you actually get to see the coming of the Lord. That's why you gotta watch the signs. Go ahead, bro.
That's really what the book of Second Ezra is about.
That's what it's about,
You
bro.
had the first Ezra, he was going to the history and so, but then now that he's asking these questions, which in chapter 4,
Yeah.
the rest, that pretty much that book, the Second Ezra, is him answering them questions and him getting that with the vision that's explained to him right there. But
Mhm.
also, listen, this needs to happen this
Yeah,
this particular
like
way,
don't exceed.
right.
you know.
Yeah, that's right. Go, you got it.
Yeah, real quick one. This is Sirach, Ecclesiastes 11 and verse 20. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be conversant therein, and wax old in thy work.
Boom. Wax old in thy work. See, the Lord can reveal heavier things to you when you're up in age. Why? Number one, because your mind is strong. The Lord can't reveal certain things unto babes because you could choke.
Right.
But when you get up in spirit and up in age and you've experienced things and you've seen things, your mind, your spirit is a lot more heavier. You can
digest
contain,
things a lot.
you can digest. So you have to wax old in your work,
Right.
so that the Lord can reveal certain mysteries to you in that age. Okay? So you can't, there's not going to be a date that's going to be given because you won't even wax old for the Lord to even reveal these things unto you, man. Okay? That's why you got to be patient in this truth. Patience is a virtue. All right? Yeah, you know, it may feel like it's taking a minute, but guess what? If you go in the spirit world, the angels in Yahweh Bashemah Shai is working in haste. Okay? Did not the Lord say he will speed up the days for the sake of the elect? So they're working in haste, but remember, we're worms down here. We move a little slower, big dog. Okay? We you know, it might take you 15 minutes to walk 3 fucking blocks. It'll take them a split second to get 3. I don't even know, why not even a second to get to 3 blocks. So they working. Remember, they're working. Okay? It feels like that to us because it's like a worm in the earth to a human. You know, for him to get to one side of the dirt to the other side, it might take you 3 steps.
Right.
It might take this nigga 6 hours. Go ahead, bro.
That's why we say the Lord's time and our time is 2 different times.
Yeah.
Even out of space, time is different, man.
Right.
You know, time isn't measured the same because what time really goes off of the tides of the moon. Really, the current that we live in, the Most High gave us as indicators to regulate our time, but the time is different in the heavens, man.
That's right.
And we on the Lord's time. You can't rush things according to your spirit.
That's right.
Because the Lord is still building things up. And the scripture says also in Hebrews the 11th chapter, how even men in their time, they thought the kingdom was gonna happen back then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know how depressing that would feel for them to know that they would have to die,
Yeah.
that their kingdoms would be compromised.
Imagine that. Imagine if 2,000 years ago, Yahweh Shai said, man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Hey, y'all got like 2,000 more years till I got back.
Crazy.
Bro, it wouldn't be no faith.
Yeah, like, damn.
The greatest man would be like, damn.
So he had to kind of tell him, he said, look, in the regeneration,
Right.
then he
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
listen, it's not in my power to even tell you, it's in the Lord's power to tell you about the time of the end. Acts the first chapter. He
Yeah.
couldn't tell him. Because really he didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yahweh Shai didn't know what time.
Imagine if
That's why I
the
said
Most
that
High
bitch
told you.
burned in my heart.
Imagine if Yahweh told Yahweh Shai, and he told Yahweh Shai to tell us the date. Bro, when you hear that date, you're like, man, you might start crying, bro.
Yeah, you gonna be like, damn.
It's like, damn. Like, man, I'm ready to get out of here, man.
Man, you gonna be counting. You know you're in jail. You be like, they give you a day you finna get out. Like, damn, you gotta be in for like 3 months.
Yep.
4 months, 6 months to a year. You be like, you be counting the days now.
Counting the days,
They
man.
get long.
They definitely had 5 years down there fainted. He said, oh,
Yeah. So this is what the angel, going back to the scriptures, this is what the angel is telling Ezra, hey, calm down, young grasshopper. All right, go ahead, bro.
Let nature run its course.
It said, it reads, how long shall I hope on this fashion?
Go ahead.
When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward?
Yeah, when cometh the fruit of our reward?
That's a good question.
Okay? Like, when is our reward going to come? We hearing about the wicked, and we're seeing the wickedness grow in the earth and increase. When is our time going to come? Okay? Read again. Keep reading now.
2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 36. And unto these things Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you,
Yep.
for he have weighed the world in the balance.
Yeah, so he said, even when the number of seed is filled in you, the Lord still weighed the world in his balance. That's like, you know, measuring a liquid and measuring a solid. You may have your portion in liquid, okay? But then you gotta wait for that solid to get his portion. Okay? It still has to balance each other out.
Right.
So yeah, the Lord may have given you your measure, but the Lord weighed the world in balance. He's weighing good and evil in the earth. Read that part again.
2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 36.
Yep.
And unto these things Uriel, the archangel, gave them answer and said,
Yep.
even when the number of seeds is filled in you,
Right.
for he have weighed the world in the balance.
Go ahead.
Verse 37. By measure have he measured the times,
Yep.
and by number have he numbered the times.
Because remember, time is relevant. And Yahweh Bashemah Shai is time. He's over time. So he knows the perfect day, the perfect time when he wants this thing to happen.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? Because he's weighed the world in his balance. We don't even understand his scale, man.
That's
The Lord just gave us times for us to measure
time
in this
stamp,
flesh.
measure in this flesh.
He's an ancient of days.
Right. We can't even measure it how the Lord measuring it, man.
Yeah.
We can't even see it on that scale. We wouldn't even know how to read it on that scale. So what did the Lord do? He gave us a scale that's comprehensible to the flesh,
Right.
to where we can know if when he's getting ready to come back.
Right.
And that we can tell. We don't know the day, but we can tell that it's close.
Signs of the times.
Signs of the times.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, bro.
And he doeth not move nor stir them
Yep.
until the said measure be fulfilled.
The Lord don't do nothing just because you feeling a certain type of way.
Can't
You can't. Hey, if it was up to me, I would make the market chip come to pass tonight.
Right.
Right.
But it's not up to me. You know, I would if the Lord said, I want you to answer this question. You want the microchip to come tonight or no? And if you do, I need you to go down to the United Nations office. I need you to go in there and tell them to go ahead and implement it now. I'd be like, Lord, call follow nobody else.
You like
I'll
say
be
less.
getting up a collection. Hey, Shalom, brother. Fly to the UN. Right?
If he
But the
said
Lord,
it,
the
yeah.
Lord said,
But he didn't say
this
that.
is my stuff.
Right.
I ain't gonna stir it or mix it until I'm ready, man.
Right.
So that puts us in
In
a
the back seat, you
position
gotta take a back seat.
of
He
just
said,
being
wait ye
faithful.
upon me till I rise up to the
And like I Jake was saying, you gotta let the Lord, the Lord grab the wheel. The Most High got both hands on the wheel.
It's safer.
It's safe.
It's safe. Hey, if it was up to
Safety in
us, we gonna crash out.
We're gonna crash.
Straight
Jake,
up.
Jake gonna hit the gas when the gas don't need to be hit. Cause
Man.
what? This is it's just like a storyline, man. You can't, or art. You can't rush fine art,
Trying to
man.
fast forward the movie to the good part.
Fast forward the movie.
It's all good, but you're trying to
Trying to get to the more
But you
media
ain't
matter.
you're not gonna appreciate
The
the
build
whole
up.
script.
The build up.
You gotta appreciate the whole script, beginning to end. Because really, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Majority of people that watch movies, including myself, you really miss a lot of key shit right when the movie start happening.
Yeah, like the first 30,
The build-
35
that's
minutes.
the backstory,
Yeah.
and you know, you got to get all that so it can make sense at the end. You know, go ahead, Op. Bree, I want that part again. Lord, I ain't stirring this up.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times.
Yep.
And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
So the Lord is measuring the time, and we're measuring the time using the signs. Yahweh Bashim Shai don't need the signs.
right.
We need the signs. He is the signs. Okay? He don't need that to know, you know, he's measuring the time because he's over it. And how he's measuring that, we don't know. We don't know what the Lord, the different formulas and components that the Most High is using to say, this is when I want it to happen. We just know, look, the Lord gave us these different things to take place in our lifetime to where we can know when we're close. That's where it stops at, man. Keep reading now.
Verse 38. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bears rule, even we are all full of impiety.
And piety.
Impiety.
Yeah, meaning, hey, it's like
piety.
we lacking godliness. We lacking
Right.
godliness down here.
Yeah.
All of us are full of impiety, man. You know, we got bad morals, and we becoming degenerate, following after these evil thoughts, following after these customs. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled.
Right. So he said, and for our sakes, perhaps, okay, which that's what peradventure means.
Yeah.
Perhaps the floors of the righteous is filled. Okay. He's like, look, well, for our sake, you know, perhaps could the floor of the righteousness be filled and you just come back?
Well, that 5th chapter, he about to go.
He about to go in.
That 5th chapter.
Okay, because he's like, look, man, we full of ungodliness.
Right.
We need help. Like, and for our sakes, perhaps could the Lord just go ahead and fill up the righteous floor,
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
we get out of here, and then because remember now he's getting the breakdown of, look, the evil got to be sown and it got to get cut out. So Ezra here listening like, well, damn, the earth is full of wickedness. For our sakes, can the Lord just fill the earth with righteousness and get us the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Cut to the
That's how
chase.
you feel it.
Yeah.
Cut to the chase.
Yeah. Now
Let's
you,
get to the point.
yeah, now you see how you gotta put yourself in that what's happening. That's what he's saying.
Hey, and even in the spirit, Pastor Hall always speak about was the Elder Yaquab or Kimasha. You gotta learn wickedness in order to appreciate righteousness.
That's right, bro.
See, that's what this whole thing is about for the children of Israel, because we went off, we misstepped in the eyes of the Lord.
God.
It's ultimately all the Lord's place. We have to learn the lessons of life and things of that nature, you know? Because what? This whole journey that we're going through, it teaches us, it gives us a lot of experience, man. You know? To the point where when the kingdom of heaven is presented, we're not going to have that richy rich mentality. We're going to be truly appreciative. You know? You want to and you're going to appreciate it. Because like, if you have a child, right? Child, actually, you give them something, you want them to actually appreciate it. Like, damn. But you want them to actually show it through certain things that he went through. He went through the grit work. He went through hell and high water in order to get this.
Like Lord, they raised us spoiled brats.
Spoiled brats.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Silver spoon.
Right. That's right.
Spoon in our mouth.
That's right, bro. Go ahead, Op.
That brings the work to it.
Read it again.
Okay. Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 39. And for our sakes, peradventure, it is that the floors of the righteous are not filled,
Uh-huh.
because of the sins of them that dwell upon the earth.
Right. Go ahead.
And he answered me and said, Go thy way to a woman with child,
Yep.
and ask of her when she had fulfilled her 9 months,
Go ahead.
if her womb may keep the birth any longer within her.
Right. So the angel Uriel is saying, when the time is fulfilled, it's gonna come. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
All right. Like he said, look. All right. Well, won't you go ask a woman? You know,
Make her
after
birth
9
her,
months, can she make it 10 or 11 months?
Right.
You know.
You shorten it to 3-month pregnancy.
Right.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. When it's time, basically, in other words, when it's time, it's time. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 41, then said I, No, Lord, that can she not. And he said unto me, In the grave the chambers of souls are like the womb of a woman.
Yep. Go ahead.
For like as a woman that travaileth maketh haste to escape the necessity of the travail,
Yep. Go ahead.
even so do these places haste to deliver those things that are committed unto them.
That's right. Go ahead.
From the beginning, look, what thou desirest to see, it shall be shown thee.
That's right. So one thing about Yahweh Shema Shai is he doesn't give us a date, but he does reveal unto us a lot of things that we want to know. Because the Lord put in our spirit to ask the questions that we are to know.
Right.
Okay? So we don't be asking those. You know, when you're young, you might ask some stupid ass questions. Then when you get older, you start to ask questions and you have desires that's according to the will of the Lord. And the Lord will reveal it to you. Okay? So from there, let's jump to Revelation, the 20th chapter, because these are one of the mysteries in which Yahweh Shema Shai revealed unto us. All right? Now it's going to do some jumping, and we're going to show you where it jumps at and how to link it with the scriptures.
Rightly divide the word of truth.
That's right, bro. Go ahead, Al.
Let me start from the top. Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
Right. Now the key to the bottomless pit is going into Europe. Okay? The pit represents the land, and bottomless goes into empty. Okay? Being empty. All right. Now what was the deal with Europe? It was a land that was, it really had a lot of soggy ass soil over there. Marshes and, soggy soil. So it wasn't a land that was known for resources and produce.
Right.
Okay, it was a bottomless pit. It was empty. Okay, now the angel had the key to that land, meaning he had access to that land.
Right.
That's what the key represents, access. Okay, go ahead, bro.
And a great chain in his hand.
And a great chain. So he had a key. Okay, and he had access to that chain. Okay, now what was that chain? That chain represents what? Bondage.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, Al.
Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon.
Who is the dragon? All right, we got to go all the way back to the book of Genesis, around about the 2nd and 3rd chapter, which speaks about the serpent in the garden.
Right.
That serpent, at that point in time, wasn't a nation. Okay,
Right.
it was a man, a wicked, evil man that was melanated. Now, during history, this evil, wicked man came back as another man in the reincarnation, which was who? Cain. Committed more evil, came back in the reincarnation, and became another man named Esau. And through Esau, he became a nation. Okay? Now, this nation of people is that scripture right there is talking about.
Right.
Okay? The dragon. Okay? And the angel used that chain, which represents bondage, to what? To chain up or lock up that dragon. Okay? That evil, wicked nation. Go ahead, Op.
And he laid hold on the dragon.
Yep.
That old serpent.
Yep. That what? That old serpent. Shamat, give me Genesis 3 and 15. All right? Because Genesis represents the beginning. Okay?
Yeah.
So this serpent is not a new serpent. It's an old one.
Old serpent.
Go ahead, Op. It's an old one, man.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the women,
Yep.
and between thy seed and her seed.
Right.
It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Now read verse 1.
Just like
Was that seed where the Lord said he's going to put enmity between, was the seed of Isaac. Okay? Which Isaac's seed was who? Jacob and Esau. So the Lord put enmity between, that's why I say two manner of people
Yep.
was in thy womb.
Yep.
That's what that scripture is prophesying about.
Yep.
Jacob and Esau.
Good versus evil.
Good versus evil, man. Okay? And there was enmity that was being put in them in the womb.
Yeah.
So that's the fulfillment of that scripture, of that prophecy. It says he shall bruise his head and I shall bruise his heel. Okay? That's going into when we take this devil down, man. Okay? Go ahead, bro. Read verse 1. Going to the old serpent.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1.
Yeah.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Yeah, meaning what? He was real crafty and shrewd. That's what the word subtle means, man. And how was he crafty? Look at what he does now.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you have a conversation with the so-called white man, that nigga be tricking you and you won't even really realize it.
He's very wordy.
Unless he's, oh my God,
Sarcastic.
His talking points.
he's very wordy, he's very condescending.
Yep.
Yeah, he speaks semantics and he speaks
Double
in
talk.
circles. Yeah,
Yep.
double talk and all of that.
And he'll be deceiving you and you won't even really realize he's working deception unless you actually know his nature.
Know his nature.
When you know his nature, then you could be like, all right, I'm gonna play his fucking game. I'm gonna trick
That's how
him.
you gotta be. You gotta be like Jacob.
You gotta be like Jacob.
You gotta know how.
You gotta be, cause
They're really both tricksters,
mhm.
but one is,
It's
you got
better.
another-
Yeah,
one is-
we just respond back. We know how to catch him up in his deception.
Yeah.
But you gotta know his nature first. Okay? And really Jacob used to watch Esau and be like, man, you be trying to get me, man.
That's how he goes.
Get his ass, man. Hey, send me your birthright.
Yeah,
You hungry? Send me your birthright. Right? It's like a Jake you catch downtown while playing 3-card Monty or some shit.
Oh well, it would have said Isaac loved Esau, but Rebecca, Rebecca loved Jacob. Because if you look at how Esau would move, you can see that he would play in favoritism for the father, but he still had that snaky nature, man.
Yep.
You know, the word subtle means to work the web.
Yep.
You even see that even among siblings, like, oh yeah, he's not a,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
he got that mischievous
Right.
child, you know,
He's a web worker.
web worker, you know, might do some fuck shit to you over
Right.
there, and then they'll spin, what it called, spinning the narrative, man.
Yeah, spinning the narrative.
Esau's the master of spinning. Look at the news.
Look at that's how he do. Is the,
Yeah.
the,
He just
the
spin the
meter
narrative.
is Esau being a master weapon.
Yes, bro.
Master
Yes.
web worker.
Entangled with lies.
Entangled
So
with lies,
so
yeah.
this is during the time of Genesis where the scriptures is speaking about a serpent. So when it's talking about the old serpent, it's talking about that serpent here in Genesis, which transpired into this great nation of Esau, Edom. All right, so go back to where you at, Shalomah.
Continuing in verse 2, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan,
Yep.
and bound him 1,000 years.
Now, what is this talking about? Bound him 1,000 years. Remember, the angel had the key to the bottomless pit. So the angels are basically carrying out the works of the Most High.
Right.
Okay. So one of the commands that the Lord gave to that angel was to bound up the serpent for 1,000 years. When did that happen?
Right.
During the time of the Dark Ages.
They ain't talking about the future.
Right. That already came to pass.
It's already-
How do you think Jake had the power seat? Because the Lord had the deadly wound. The deadly wound got wounded.
Yeah.
One of the heads got wounded.
Right.
So that was when the angel set it up in the spirit for the fall of the so-called white man.
Yeah, the coat of arms.
Yep.
You know, Jake started getting rulership. You know, and they was putting this man underfoot and making him subservient unto them.
And
Pretty much in his
pushing
wrestling
them up
corners.
into the Caucasus, man.
Yep.
You know what's
Pushing them up in the
crazy
Caucasus.
about the
Yep.
breakdown that IUIC bring out, which Nate bring out now, is he got a lesson on IUIC in the classroom of him going into the Dark Ages. When
Yeah,
you talk
you know
about
these things.
Septimian Severus and all of that,
Yeah.
even though that's wrong,
Right.
it wasn't specifically Septimian Severus.
Right.
It started before that, even though he was a key player,
Right.
but he knows his breakdown. So now you're talking about maybe a good 2 years later, because listen, man,
Yeah.
when y'all switch up, we know when IUIC switch up.
Yeah.
So we got to catch you in your BS.
That's right.
Now he's changing it to, oh, well, that's talking about the future. He's going to come back out.
Right.
And we're going to have to put him in. Like, get out of here, man.
Come on, man. That's all
He
bullshit.
taught that in a lesson before.
He's trying to deter faith. You know, he's trying to defer hope, man. But no, we here to establish that, man. We ain't about to let you teach that and not say nothing.
Subvert whole house.
So,
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3, and cast him into and cast him into the bottomless pit
Yep.
and shut him up.
Yeah, man. So the bottomless pit, like I said, represents Europe. Now, during the time of the Dark Ages, you had Jake that was ruling, and you had a lot of these Edomites, man. They was living in some poor ass villages, man. Okay, you hear certain stories about certain pagan, the pagans and different. Now you had certain Jakes that was around back then too that was pagans, but then barbarians. Yeah, but then you had certain Edomites that was pagan, because paganism come from Esau.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had Esau that was poor, living in them poor ass villages, eating pottage. Niggas had no power, living in them sodden ass mountain areas in Europe. They was bound up, man, getting pushed up into the Caucasus,
Eating all kind of weird animals.
Yeah,
Jake would take them and be like, man, we can make these motherfuckers slaves.
and that's what they was doing.
What they was doing.
That's what they was doing, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
And shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Now notice it said deceive them no more, because before he was bound up, he deceived the nations. Okay, that's why he said deceive them no more, because prior to that he had started to deceive the nations through Hellenism.
Right.
Okay, Hellenizing them, introducing them to white supremacy.
The Roman Empire was in power.
Yeah, the Roman Empire, pushing mythology.
Yep.
Okay, Babylonian mythology, Greek mythology. Teaching they was iconoclasm.
I just watched that.
And it
Well,
was,
if you read the book of Acts, the deception was there because when Paul and Peter and them was preaching, okay,
Right. Yeah, I know.
and
Yeah.
and brothers can correct me, was it actually Barnabas and they were
Yeah.
preaching.
Yeah. It was.
And they said that one was Jupiter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Mars Hill.
Yeah, Mars Hill. So Jake was already being deceived through the Roman paganism, the Roman religions,
Yep.
the holidays, and like the bishop said, Hellenism.
Yeah. You had Jake that was worshiping Diana of Ephesus.
Yep, Diana of Ephesus. was
Yep.
out there. Bacchus.
Yeah, Bacchus. So this was the deception that Esau was pushing on these other nations. Okay, it wasn't just Jake. All right, Esau was Hellenizing Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay,
Persia was being
Persia.
Yeah.
Indoctrinating them with Greek energy.
You got Serapis Christos
Yep, you had Serapis.
pushing that,
then
pushing
you
that
had,
white supremacy in Egypt.
Then you had when the Catholic Church, came into power. They created Islam, which we know, of course, that was Jake. Okay, but really Esau really took it over and really kind of went too far.
exceedingly.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
They went too goddamn far. So they was deceiving everybody, man. Okay, being the serpent that they are. All right, go ahead,
And
bro.
we see it today.
Yep.
Vast majority of these people are just now figuring out elements of the truth, man. They don't have the full. You might watch certain individuals getting certain key points on how the money is being devalued. They was doing that in ancient Rome. Playing with the money. The masses of the people, what they would get paid, a day's wages yesterday is not the same, not being the same as the day's wages the following day.
Right.
Just pretty much the value, the denarius and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Plus it was the infrastructure that was being destroyed within. It was all kind of stuff that was going on that Esau was plaguing the minds of the people with, man.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know?
So that's why I said he wasn't to deceive the nations anymore until that 1,000-year period was fulfilled. All right, now keep reading on that, bro.
Continuing in verse 3, it says, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled.
Yep.
And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
Must be loosed a little season. Now remember, where was he going to be loosed from? The bottomless pit.
Right.
Because he was bound in the bottomless pit. So he was loosed in the bottomless pit, which is why they came into power in Europe. Was really Europe, it goes back to the word Europa, which was really a Japhetic god. They really don't have nothing to do with Europe. You say Europeans. I mean, that's just a title that they use to really kind of show that that's where they came from. out of their bondage, but really they not really, to be honest, they really not the real Europeans.
No, they're not.
Okay, the real Europeans were Japhites.
Yeah,
You
they're
know?
somewhere in the wild outback of Australia.
Right.
The surrounding islands.
Yeah, man. Okay, that's where they at. They don't know nothing about Europa. That wasn't that thing. That was Japhet. You know, you have to eat Etruscans.
Yeah.
Those were Japhites that was worshiping Europa, man.
But then Jake was adding them gods in there too.
Yep, Jake was adding them in there. But then when they came into power through their deception, they had to really disguise themselves as really a multitude of nations.
Yeah.
They were acting like they were the Ottoman Turks and the ancient sultans.
Yeah.
You know, but they was really fucking Edomites. But they sitting up there with this big
He took
Aladdin
he took
cap.
everybody's history, bro.
Yeah, they got this big Aladdin cap on their head, posing as an ancient sultan. And your lineage just came out the Caucasus a couple of days ago. All right, go ahead.
The devil doesn't
Right.
truly have a true culture, man.
He's a thief.
All right, so bro,
Thief by nature.
Yep, go ahead. Go, you got it, bro.
let's talk about how he's loose. How the word is basically loose after 1,000 years.
Yeah, little Caesar.
This is Revelation 13. I guess the point verse 14. Yeah, it says to deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth
Yep.
that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
That's the precept, right? That little season is Esau going out in the earth, and over the last almost 600 years,
Yep.
Esau has come into power and deceived the nations through technology, right? War, new innovations in the earth,
Yep.
new industries like brothers bringing out earlier. Just all kinds of things have really continued to push that wickedness that started back with the Greek Empire.
That's right.
Okay, but it's been for a little season.
And if I might add, dealing with that 1,000-year period, how we know that that's not talking about the time of Yahweh Shai, because it's 2,000-year
Yes.
periods.
Absolutely.
You got the 1,000-year period where Esau. You can't confuse that with the 1,000-year first dominion or first resurrection. Those are 2,000.
They think it's just one. That's the
Yeah, and that's not true, because when you look at the time where Jacob started to take down Rome, up until the time where Esau started to come back into power,
Right.
it was about a 1,000-year period. I can't remember the dates right now. You got the date?
Yeah, I think, well, around that date.
I can't remember the
Yeah.
exact. It was like 323. If I'm not.
Yeah, 325, or it's saying 325, 330 to 1450.
Yeah.
That was Constantine first.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Had,
first emperor.
established that
Holy-
Christianity,
yeah.
Holy
Empire. Yep.
Up,
Yeah.
all the way up until what is it, the late 1300s.
Yeah, late third. Well, that was when the time of the Borgia family started popping up around the late 1300s,
Mhm.
early 14s. That was when they pretty much started to through the papacy they started to get into power.
Yeah.
They became a crime family, because how Esau got established in the earth was really through crime.
Yeah.
Nigga was taking shit down, man.
Yeah.
Being a big
Okay.
grimy.
But it was a
devil.
period of time where Esau, remember, the angel, it said the angel bound him.
Right.
So he couldn't rise into power until that 1,000-year period was fulfilled. And then it said what? Remember, he had the key and the chain. So the angel basically opened it up in the spirit and let him out.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how you know, really, that the so-called white man is the Lord's fucking pet.
Yeah.
Release the credit.
He just let you out to pee, man.
Yeah.
Let you,
That's how you know
you got a
you
It
dog.
don't take long for a dog to
You
go
got
out
a
and pee.
dog, He let him out the cage and let him run around in the yard.
Yeah.
That's all he doing.
That's all he doing, just creating mischief in the
just
backyard.
alternate.
But really,
Get back here.
but you don't let him out that long. You let him out for a little time. You watch him create melee. And you like, get you.
Get your ass up, yeah.
Right.
That's basically, so we can understand it in the fleshly
layman's
term.
term,
That's
yeah.
all. They just let you out to pee and doodle,
The
man.
scripture says, the scripture speak about till certain things be fulfilled.
Right.
And the word of
God.
fulfill is a compound word. You have full and fill, to fill full, so to speak. And what the scripture says, when he is about to fill his belly,
Yeah.
which is really the fulfillment
Right.
of prophecy.
That's right.
He fill up that
Fill it
measure
up.
of iniquity that he needs for the Lord to judge him.
That's
Yeah.
right, bro.
You know?
That's
But
right.
I got a quick
Going back to
precept
Ezra.
back up with the Shemach in Revelation 13
Mhm.
about how he brings that deception and deceiving.
God.
This is 2nd Ezra 6.
on out here, man. Oh well, no, you know what? That's the football team. Let's get into it.
Okay, yeah, right. So this is precept for that deception. 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. It says, 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I've told thee shall escape. Because the brother read about the deception about how Esau is going to bring in the deceiving. And then when you read down, it says that they should be killed. So it's going to be heavy persecution. But people are going to escape. The elect is going to escape. Yeah. It says, and see my salvation and the end of your world. And the men that are received shall see it who have not tasted death from their birth, because it says that they will be killed. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned to another meaning. We read the scripture earlier. I want to get this one last point. Verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
That links with that 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter.
So if deceit and evil is going to be put out and quenched, right? After Esau done deceived the world through his miracles, right? He's been out here for this little season, corrupting and destroying the earth. Okay, how is he going to be able to come back again if the fire of evil is going to be extinguished?
Yeah.
If that flame of evil is going to be finally put out and extinguished and it's going to be quenched,
right?
How is he going to come back into a power?
That don't make sense.
Again, it don't make sense.
How?
Because the deception and the deceit is going to be put out.
So, and then another question that I have is, if that little season is not talking about now, then where in the scriptures is it specifying what they're doing right now? Then?
Right.
You see what I mean? If the little season is talking about after they get locked up in the kingdom, what is now?
What is now talking exactly?
Right.
Okay.
He just skipped that time.
What is this?
Yeah.
Why is what? Because the salvation speaks about the fall of Satan. But if that's the little season is talking about later, then what is this? And where is this at in the
You
scripture?
gotta ask about the falling away first.
Yeah, because the scriptures speak about evil shall rule, then the salvation shall come. But if that's talking about in the future, then what the hell is happening to us right now?
The timeline is all checked.
He's deceiving the people, man. Okay? You know? So
He's deceiving. He got to be put out. Could you say
Yeah.
the Lord gonna whose mouth should be stopped?
Yeah.
You got to stop their mouth.
the Lord got to stop their mouth, man. Go ahead, Shalimar.
I got the definition of deceive too. I'll just read it. Deceive goes back to disipere, which is to catch, ensnare, cheat.
Okay? That's what Esau is doing. He's trying to cheat his way to the top.
Well, the MOTB
cheater,
is
man.
the cheat code.
It's the cheat code. That's right.
Well, when you break the law,
The trap,
statutes, and
cheat
commandments,
trap.
you're essentially cheating life.
Mhm.
This man has ran rampant, going back to the angel letting him free. He pretty much had full access to cheat the world.
Yep.
Because if Satan is being loose, what is Satan's main job? To deceive or to cheat? This
Yep.
man changed what it said to make the turn the truth into a lie. Set himself in positions of Second Thessalonians, First Thessalonians. The where it speaks about him pretty much establishing himself as the Most High, posing himself as the Most High, man.
Yeah.
He broke all the law, statutes, and commandments, put usury on the masses of the people,
Yep.
with interest rates.
And really, when you go into cheating, you can never achieve true success through cheating.
Nope.
You can't skip steps to success.
Cheaters never win.
Cheaters never win. And
Cheaters never win.
that's the truth. So you devils are trying to cheat your way into the top. But really what you really, which it wasn't the will of the Lord, but really what you should have did when you got the power was you really should have started establishing the laws in the earth. If you really wanted to get to the top. But you tried, but see what you did, you really hate the Most High, You try to act like you want the power seat, but really you hate the Most High and you want to get rid of the Most High and you want to run the earth.
Right.
And you
Right,
know he
he
couldn't do
wants-
that.
He says the hell would just be in Jacob's spot. He wants the Most High's spot.
That's right.
Well, he
So
could.
he trying to act like, but really in all actuality, he want everything to be him.
Under him.
And he's deceiving, he's cheating himself.
Yep.
You know? But let's get back into the scriptures because I know brothers get ready to come up.
Verse 4,
Yep.
and I saw thrones,
Yep.
and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
Yep. Go
And I
ahead.
saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai.
Jump.
Yeah, this jump, yeah.
Yeah.
It jumped.
So they talking about it. Past.
Now it went, because really you got to remember one day to the Lord is as 1,000 years.
Right.
So really it's still talking about the same day.
Right.
It's just jumping time periods.
Jumping, yeah.
Okay? It's taking a leap
Yeah.
from that 1,000-year period where he was loose to deceive the nations, and it's going to the end, okay, of that deceiving season, that little season.
Yeah.
It's going to the end of that little season where the souls of those that believe in the testimony were going to be beheaded.
Right.
It's still talking about the end, okay, but it's talking about the latter part of it, man. Okay, when he was let loose, okay, to deceive the nations, then at the end of that little season, this is what was going to happen.
Right, because what does it tell you? It's telling you, if they're being beheaded, that means Esau has deceived the world
Right.
to
Believe his lies.
to believe his lies, but also persecute those that's been teaching the right things.
That's right, bro.
Because why would, if everybody believed in the deception, where would it be cut off at?
Right.
Somebody would have to have
Right.
been speaking out against it.
That's
Yeah.
right, bro. That's right.
You know?
Go ahead, Doc.
Good point.
And for the word of the Most High,
Yep.
and which had not worshipped the beast,
Yep.
neither his image,
Right.
neither had received his mark in their
So
Those that bow.
So it jumped. Because remember,
like,
Satan was bound. He was bound. Okay? Then he was loosed to deceive the nation, and through that deception, he created an image. He created a beast,
A system.
he created a whole system, an image, a mark
Yeah.
through that deception. So it jumped from the 1,000 years of him being bound until him being let loose, and then the end of that season of him being let loose.
Right.
You don't understand Bible prophecy, so you trying to say that 1,000-year period where he was bound is the same 1,000-year
Yeah.
period where he's going to be bound in the kingdom of heaven.
We're gonna reign with Yahweh Shai 1,000.
He's going to be bound again.
Right.
Okay? Remember, he said he was let loose until. So if you bound somebody and then you let him loose, how do you recapture him? You got to bound him up again.
Right.
So he's going to be, we're not just going to bound him up and then he's going to be let loose and then that's it. No, he's going to be bound again. Okay? Go ahead, Doc.
Neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads
Yep.
or in their hand,
Yeah, because the elect is not going to receive the image of the beast, neither his mark. Go ahead.
right. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years.
That's a different 1,000-year period.
Different 1,000 years.
Because during that 1,000-year period where the devil was locked up, Yahweh Shai hadn't come yet.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Yahweh Shai hadn't come in that 1,000-year period.
Right.
This is jumping to another 1,000-year period when Yahweh Shai rules the earth.
Right.
And that's what's known as the first resurrection.
Well, that's the next 1,000-year period after the little.
After
So
the-
we
yeah.
just read about the beginning of the little season. Then we jump to the end of the little season, which is
Yep.
the end of that 1,000 years.
Yep.
Right now, now we're going into the
beginning.
next,
Yeah.
the beginning, right,
Of
of
the
the
next
next
rule.
1,000-year
That's
reign,
right.
which is having Esau, right, the first resurrection, Esau being bound
Again.
again in the 1,000 years. Okay?
Yeah. So where in the scriptures does it say he's going to be loose twice?
Right.
Because he was already loose one time already.
Right.
Okay?
That's it.
Now
Yeah.
where is that loosening
Yeah.
prophesied to happen again if he was already loose?
But he's loose now.
So basically what Nate is teaching, he's skipping the whole 1,000-year period.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, he's skipping all of this that just happened. The dark ages, the Esau coming into power, and he's just starting with Esau being chained up in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
That's where he's starting at right now. He's leaving all of this out. Because he's saying that the destruction is going to come after Esau is released in the kingdom.
Right.
So what the hell is this? that's my question to the IUIC. If you're saying that Esau is going to, that Gog and Magog, because he read that in the book of Revelation, where it say Gog and Magog shall come back out. If that's talking about after the 1,000-year period in the kingdom, Esau is going to be let loose, and then they're going to come into power with their missiles, then launch their missiles. What is happening now? What is this? What is the fulfillment of where we're at right now?
I'm still
That's
confused.
crazy.
I'm confused.
I'm confused and I'm up.
We gotta fix this issue that Bishop Nate is teaching.
Like, what is
Now
that?
we gotta go through it and fix
Now
it.
we gotta do a follow-up.
I'm confused and I'm up. Because there's so many questions.
He butchered. That's
It's
called
like
butchering.
it's like you basically starting that 1,000-year period in the kingdom of heaven. That's another 1,000-year period, my man. The first 1,000-year period where the angel had the chain and the key to the bottomless pit, that already happened. And that 1,000-year period has been fulfilled. That's over. Now we're in the little season. We're at the end of the little season. We're not at the beginning of it. We're at the end of the little season. When that little season is fulfilled, that angel is going to take that chain and that key and bound him again, and then there's going to be another 1,000-year period that we're going to reign with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. See, he skipped 1,000. He skipped 1,000 years.
You see what I mean? So you skipping the whole. That's what I'm saying. He's
That's why it's
skipping the whole
2023.
1,000-year period.
That's why it's 2002.
We got to deal with this 1,000-year period or this little season. You can't skip all of this. There's biblical prophecy that have to be fulfilled right now. So if Esau is going to be loosed after the 1,000-year period in the kingdom of heaven, and then the missile's going to come, then what the F is going to happen now? How are we going to get the kingdom of heaven if it ain't destroyed?
See, that's
That mean that that mean that the destruction is going to come after the 1,000-year period with Yahweh Shai. So what the fuck is going to happen when Yahweh Shai come down? What's going to happen? What? So he's going to come back and deliver us, and Atlanta still going to be here, New York still going to be here, Chicago still going to be here.
How is he gonna be the King of
The
Kings, Lord of Lords?
Sin City
Sin
is still going to be here while Yahweh Shai and the elect is reigning. What the fuck are we going to do with these cities? Ezekiel 38
Yeah.
it's going to come to pass after
Oh, matter of fact,
after we reign with Yahweh Shai 1,000 years.
IUIC gonna take over these.
I'm gonna get this.
That don't even make fucking
That's
sense.
that's so backwards and BS.
You don't understand. You know what? I'm take this back and we're gonna close it out. I'm not gonna say you don't understand Bible prophecy. You're purposefully deceiving Jake,
The
man.
Lord put that demon on us.
Yeah, you got it, bro. We close out on that.
I get this Revelation 22:18.
For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Yep.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy,
Which is what y'all doing over at the IUIC. Go ahead.
the
Yep.
Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
Yeah. So
And-
what the Lord is saying, okay, you want to take away from the prophecies and the things that I said gonna happen into the scriptures. Okay, so the missiles ain't coming. Let's see if the missiles gonna come. Because you're gonna be a primary witness to it. Okay? Oh, the missiles ain't coming until 1,000 years. All right. Well, let's see me add. I'm gonna add these plagues unto you because you're trying to take them away. So now the Marwar and all them niggas talking about the volcano, the missiles ain't biblical. Let's see if the missiles is biblical. Hey, I pray Yahweh Bashim Shai leave you niggas here.
And no,
Don't take you out right now, man. Let you work your little evil work because you're trying to deny the prophecies of the Lord. Stay your ass right here and see if the missiles is gonna come now or after the 1,000-year period. Since you want to teach that bullshit, stay right here and see it, feel it. All right. Now, when you get that, now you can have a sit around in the kingdom of heaven now in righteousness and tell them, yeah, the missiles was because you're gonna know it.
You gonna know.
Yeah.
The elect ain't gonna be able to tell you how the missiles feel.
Missiles was real, y'all.
Yeah, hey man, I'll tell you, boy. I have my doubts, boy, but they definitely real.
Y'all gather around. Y'all gather. Let me tell you about them.
Yeah, because the 144,000 and 1/3 and the rest of the elect, they ain't gonna be able to tell you how the missiles felt.
Yeah.
They gonna tell you. About
2/3 you come back in the kingdom.
They gonna have that shame. Hey,
I tell you what, boy,
You gotta tell the story about it.
you know,
Tell the story about
when you finish, I'm gonna ask you, hey man, tell us about the missiles again, man.
How that oven felt.
Go ahead, bro.
and out of the holy city, and from the things that are written in this book.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKakodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors and blessings to the elect, starting with the 144,000. Shalom.